Show the real footage. Show the real footage. Show the real footage. You know the footage we want to see, okay? How you guys doing? What's going on? We are back here at the Messy Sweet Spot, and we are here to talk about this ghetto mess. When I tell you this right here is a ghetto mess, and I would tell you everything about it in this live. All right, so you see a girl with the pink shirt on. That is Kelsey's friend, okay? Kelsey, you see she's hugged up with the love of her life. And that's Kelsey. That is Rashida's and Kirk's daughter. And the man that she's holding, that is the love of her life. That is T Hood. He is a father, and he is gone. He's killed down 7 shots by Kelsey's little brother. Okay, her little brother is 23 or 24 years old. That is also Kurt and Rashida's son. All right, it happens in their house, in their driveway, and we want to see the footage of Kay, the little brother, leading up to him, shooting T Hood in the back to see if it's self defense, because a lot of us don't feel like it was self defense. And if you're putting out video footages of last year, then why not put out video footage of what happened on August recently? What was that, couple of days? August the 8th. Let me get the date right. But why not? What are you hiding? What are you covering up? It doesn't make sense. So we are here to talk about it all. How you guys doing? No, this is not Mary Alice, baby. But make sure you guys like this video. Let's get the likes up. I do have the link here, so you guys can put the link up here and let you guys know it's a lot of fighting going on. All right. So Kelsey and her friend is fighting against T Hood family. T Hood wants justice. They want justice of their family member, of their father, of their son, of their brother, because he was overkilled 7 times. 7 times. You cannot justify that for self defense. The sister, her Kelsey, she can testify. Kelsey will tell you herself that T Hood should still be alive. She says she want her boyfriend still alive. He should have never died. She blames her brother, K Frost, for killing her boyfriend unjustly. Okay? That is what she's claiming. However, the family of T Hood feels like Kelsey is a snake and she set up the murder of her boyfriend because he was out here cheating on her and had a lot of other different women that she recently found out about. And that's why they got into a big old fight that day. Okay. And that is what T Hood family feels, that Kelsey set their brother up by Kelsey Brothers. So Kelsey's friend decides to take it upon herself and put out these old video footages of last year to paint a narrative that T Hood is an abuser and he is a monster. And when you see the video footage, he is very aggressive, he is very abusive, and he is a monster. However, that does not justify killing somebody 7 times in the back. They said 5 times in the back and 2 in the front. That does not justify. So we are here to talk about it, and I want to know your thoughts about it. Feel free to put your comments in, and let's get these likes up. All right, we could do better with the likes. So here it is. So I have the full video footage on GG Watch Crimes. This is a YouTube channel where I put everything on there. So I'm just going to start, and let's go here too. Let's go here. So this is why Kelsey friend is putting all those old videos up, and she says that, why do you guys care so much? She's talking to the family members, and I believe she's talking to the public. She want to know, she says that T Hood got shot earlier this year, and y'all didn't care when he got shot earlier this year, but why when he got shot now that y'all care? And it's like, girl, because he's dead. Earlier this year, he didn't die from those shots, but he did die. So of course they're going to care more because he's dead. I mean, it don't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. But this is the only reason why she put those video footages out of T Hood being a monster, is because T Hood family is saying that Kelsey set him up to die by getting her brother to kill him. That's the only reason. That is the only reason. She said she would have never put it out if Kelsey, if T Hood family was not painting Kelsey as a snake. So let's check this out. Here we go.
He was shot. He was shot a couple times and was in the hospital for 2 weeks, y'all. Nobody really came to check up on him, but my homegirl, and you know what I'm saying? None of these niggas for real. Only just a few, probably a handful. And I just don't understand why everybody not going hard and was riding for the niggas that shot him the first time. And y'all allowing this girl to be around. Like, y'all weird. It just seemed like.
All right, so here it is, the cover up, or just defending Kai. Pretty much saying that, why don't you guys tackle the guys that shot him the first time, but you want to tackle Kai? Because Kai killed him. Duh. Kai killed him 7 times. Shit. He's dead now. So that's a big damn difference between somebody got shot and still alive versus somebody shot and is dead. You're dealing with a homicide. Those are 2 different scenarios. That's why it matters. That's why it's a big deal. But I guess she thinks that it is not a big deal. A shot is a shot. This is the mindset of this type of culture. So let's continue on.
Clout chasing because who my homegirl is. Because where was this energy when he got shot in April? I'm just trying to understand. And I'm gonna show y'all a picture of the girl that was at the candlelight that got him shot. The girl with the cigarette is the girl Vanessa/City that got him.
All right. So this girl Kai, she says it's another girl named Vanessa that got him shot the first time. Okay. So no wonder why the family feels like Kelsey got him shot the second time, because a lot of these women, a lot of these black women are getting these black men set up and killed. I mean, that is nothing new. These relationships, black women and black men, they have a hatred towards each other. They do hate each other. Let's just be real with it. They love to be around each other. They stay fighting each other, and they hate each other. They get each other set up and killed. That's just the name of the game, especially in this type of culture. And the girl just said the other girl that he was dealing with got him set up and killed. So now the family feel like Kelsey got him set up and killed as well. Okay. So I want to know, what are your thoughts about it? Do you feel that Kelsey got him set up and killed? Press 1 if you feel like she got him set up and killed. Press 2 if you feel like she did not. So when we go to Kelsey page, this is Kelsey Instagram, and she is pretty much proclaiming her love for her boyfriend, even though he was beating her ass. But that doesn't matter. These people are in relationships. They fight. She be fighting on him. He be fighting on her. Of course, it's a friend video footage, so the friend is only going to show one side to paint her friend in a good light. And she came out and she said the only reason why she's putting the video out is to save her friend from having a bad reputation of setting guys up. That's the only reason why. So yeah, that's that. That's interesting. So people are saying, the people that know them, that they fight on each other. They do a lot of hardcore drugs. And that's just the lifestyle they live. But Kelsey did not want her brother to kill him. That's what she's saying. And Kelsey is saying that she want her brother to go to jail. She want her brother to go to jail behind the murder. The public, they feel, some people that hate black men, of course, they feel that, if you hit a woman, you need to die, okay? And hell, when I look up the stats, what they say 40% of black women are getting beat by black men. That's 40% of black men just need to die. So I guess, Chris Brown, you in that crosshair too. You need to go too, brother. Okay. Oh, behind him. it is interesting to see all this folds out. But this is Kelsey Instagram page, and these are all the video and footages.
Who in the league reminds you of yourself? Everybody say Jock, but man,
that she have of her and her boyfriend. But T Hood family is not buying it. They feel like Kelsey set T Hood up to get killed by her brother. Okay. And that's why Kelsey friends are coming out with these old video footages, painting T Hood as a monster to say, hey, he's a monster. They trying to spear his name in retaliation of T Hood family saying that Kelsey set him up. That's all this is about. Okay. This is all that this is about, and I want to know your thoughts about it. So when we go to the text messages, there are a lot of text messages out here. T Hood family, they are saying, listen, we don't care about those old video footage that you're showing. Show us what happened the day of the murder. And I think most people with good common sense, they want to see that to see if Kai, is it self-defense? And I feel like if it's self-defense, they would have hurry up and put those videos out, just like they hurry up and put this video out. If you put those video out, then what's the issue with putting the video out of what actually happened, what actually led up to it, so we can see exactly that day? Why put out old video footages? But she already said she wanted to smear T Hood, image, because in retaliation, because T Hood family is saying that Kelsey got him set up. So that's all that's about. All right. So comment, what do you guys say about that? All right, leave. I don't care. Why would I care about Miss Netta and Charles? All right, let's block your ass because I don't know. You're just weird now. Okay. Okay, let's move on. We're talking about the case of a death of the murder, and you bring, I don't know who looks at Miss Netta and Charles for the first. Anyway, like, come on, you got to be on some type of medication to really find that shit entertaining. But anyway, I don't find that shit entertaining at all. But let's move on here. These are the messages of them going back and forth. I'm going to try to see if I can blow it up so you guys can see with me. It's just a lot of rigmarole. They said Kelsey is on hardcore drugs, but I already told you guys that. They all do drugs. This is the type of culture they're in, Won't show how she threw his deceased dead chain at my show one time. All right, so somebody is saying that Kelsey threw a chain with his dad deceased ashes. Okay, like I said, both of these, look, they had a Chris Brown and Rihanna relationship. They had a toxic relationship. Damn. Okay, let's move on. I don't care about their toxic relationship. Okay, she stayed in an abused relationship. That's her business. Okay, I don't give a damn about that. What I care about is those 7 shots. What I care about is Kai overkilling this black man in the driveway. That's the focus point. All this other shit, all these old videos, that have nothing to do with self-defense and what happened the day at that moment. All right. So I do have other video footages. I did not mean to heart that. Not video footage, but text messages from Kelsey. And Kelsey is pretty much stating, where is that thing at? All right, so I'm looking here, but I can tell you what it was said. And I bring up this video as well to let you know how Kelsey feel about this. So this is Kelsey on the phone with T Hood family, letting them know that her brother Kai actually shot and killed T Hood, and she feels like it's unjust. She says that he was walking away. Kelsey said he was walking away and he should still be here. And her brother took it upon himself to shoot him 7 times. All right. And this is the audio of Kelsey talking to T Hood family saying, hey, I'm hurting too. This is my boyfriend. This is my love of my life. I never wanted him to die. All right, check this out.
The wrong information. They tried to find him. They sent the little SWAT team with the little shit with the big iron. They came and he was taken into handcuffs. I told you that was wrong. I don't condone that shit. I don't give a fuck whether or not. Like I hear what y'all are saying, but y'all like you can't. Like I don't condone that shit. It's more to the story, so I don't.
Well, I don't understand how they would let him out if you told them that your brother shot Tevin. They wouldn't. They supposed to have him. Okay, so I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna find out.
So yeah, please do. Like I'm asking the same questions.
All right. So you heard her. She said, please do. She's asking the same questions. She want to know, why did the police let her brother out for killing her boyfriend? She said she want to know. And I tell you why, because Kurt and Rashida is behind it. Kurt and Rashida are millionaires. They're going to protect their son. They're going to get the best lawyers. They're going to do what they can do, to protect their kids. Hollywood people, they do this shit all the time. Diddy does this all the time. They have money. They have police in their back pocket. They have government in their back pocket. Government want money, the elite, the power. They're going to protect their son no matter what. So that's just the deal with that. So T Hood family better get up on some money and get with a good lawyer and really fight this thing. All right. To get their justice for T Hood. All right. So this is the family. They said, let's be real. If you really love my brother, like you say you do, why not tell people at the police department what really happened? Your brother shot him while he was walking away, point blank, period. And Kelsey confirms this. She did say that he was walking away in the driveway. I'm trying to pull up that now. So just give me a minute. People want to know, well, this is the family, and I think the public want to know as well. Show the date and the time of the videos, because the videos that they're putting out are last year videos, and they just want to paint he's a monster. They want to try to simplify and say, hey, he's a monster, so he deserves to die 7 times in the back. However, the girlfriend didn't feel that way. Kelsey did not feel that way. Kelsey is mad and she's disappointed that that her boyfriend is gone. But the T Hood family feels like she's fake and phony and she set that shit up. I think it's a possibility she set that shit up, because a lot of girls, they set their boyfriends up when they find out he's cheating on them or he's doing them wrong. They set them up. All right. So it says here, show the dates and the time. Show outside the dirt driveway where he got shot 7 total times. Y'all feed into the videos if you want to. It's a distraction to the fact that someone died at their home. Someone got murdered, overkill, 5K, and it is a distraction. But the reason why Kelsey, friend, put the videos out, she said in retaliation, because T Hood family says that Kelsey set T Hood up, and she don't like the fact that T Hood family feel that Kelsey will set T Hood up. She said Kelsey loves T Hood and she still loves T Hood. And she also states, why didn't y'all care when T Hood got shot earlier this year? Y'all making this a big thing, but y'all ain't make when another girl, Vanessa, set him up. Vanessa set him up early this year and got shot, but y'all ain't coming outside now. But now y'all want to come outside because, my girl Kelsey then got his ass killed. Y'all want to come outside now? So she mad about that. That's why she's doing this shit. Okay, it's so ghetto. It's so ghetto. My goodness, you can't make this shit up. Okay, you really can't make this shit up. It says, I'm just reading all this shit because it's a lot of shit. It's really, this is some hood shit right here. Okay. I want to unalive someone. What? If there's a camera all over the house, show the video footage. Honestly, don't care about the old. Okay. So I'm looking for, it's a receipt on here that shows Kelsey speaking out again, because she has spoken out a lot about it, and she is defending she's defending her boyfriend, the monster. So it says Tevin and I relationship was fantastic. He was down to earth, upright, amazing. Him and Kay's relationship was horrible. They were using drugs together. All right, so I guess this is one of the girlfriends. T Hood had a lot of girlfriends. It looked like he was a player girl. Okay, it's a whole culture. Okay, they on some hood shit for real. Kevin and our relationship was fantastic. He was down to earth and upright, amazing. Him and Kay's is Kelsey, Rashida and Kirk's daughter. Relationship was horrible. They were using drugs together, and she and antagonized him. And from the videos, looked like it was from last year during the cold season. And the only time I've not seen Tevin allegedly put hands on her, she's broke. Talking about Rashida and Kirk's daughter is broke. His necklace with the file. Okay. That gives no right, though, if he was harming her so often and lived with her brothers. Why did nobody ever not call the police? So this is one of the girls. This is some messy shit, right? All right, so this is one of the girls speaking out, and she's defending Tevin. So y'all get mad at each other, then y'all put each other business out, and then y'all only do shit temporary because you're in your emotions and you're in your fucking feelings. So this girl, right? Can y'all see this? So this girl right here, girl in the pink, that's Kelsey friend. Now she also brings this other girl in the situation, and I believe this other girl is what it says trying to help that Vanessa is why my friend got shot. I can't say shit about Kai's situation, but the first situation I know facts. I'm at the hospital with him. Where this is so ghetto. This is fucking ghetto as shit. Ooh. Man, y'all just need to sit down and leave these relationships alone. Okay. Y'all are weird and ghetto. All this drugs, all this fighting. This is so weird and ghetto shit. Okay. Oh shit. So this is another girl. Y'all got to see this whole video on the other channel, GG Watch Crimes, because this is some ghetto shit. And I can't take too much ghetto. Okay. Listen to this shit.
He was out there beating on that bitch, Vanessa. Right? Dogging her. Them niggas that was out there on Glenwood said, nigga, you're not finna beat on this bitch out here. Do that somewhere else.
All right, so she tells a story of another girl that the monster was beating on. He likes to beat on his women, allegedly. He beat on his woman, he did the drugs, and these women they still love him. They still being with him. And they are saying that Vanessa got him set up and got him shot. And now they're saying Kelsey did the same thing and got him killed. But Kelsey saying she did not get him set up. And Kelsey saying she really loves him. So these girls, they stay in these abusive ass relationships and they use other people as pawns to be their warriors. But then the next day, they regret what they did and they still want to be with these monsters. They love the monster, okay? And then they're going to blame you for doing something about it. That's why call the damn police, okay? So Kai, what's his name? Kai, his future is ruined, okay? He got used as a pawn. He got used as a soldier, as a pawn. So this is some crazy shit. Okay, that's on her channel. So I don't know, what was this? I'm not sure what that was. She just showing clips of him and her. I'm assuming that was when he was probably shot in the hospital early this year. I'm not sure. But it looks like all the girls, all the exes, including Vanessa, loved him. They still praising his name, despite he used to beat their asses. They signed up for it, and when they did not want to get their ass whooped, or I don't know when, they get their brothers involved or get other dudes involved to come shoot them or kill them. And then they turn around and they get sad and they regret that these men were involved and shot their boyfriend or killed their boyfriend. And that's what we is in right now. Okay. All right. So somebody says the police, do y'all see this? They're saying police got the oh, I'm glad OG came up. Hey OG, I'm glad you came up.
Hey, how you doing? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What do you think about this? It is a ghetto ass mess.
It is, and I just got wind of this new development information with these videos and text messages and coming out from the friend, and it's a mess. And unfortunately this is and all of this, just let me say this, all of this is going to be brought up in court. So everything that they're posting, all of this is going to be brought up in court. This whole scenario of the conversations, the videos, the text messages. And more than likely, Kelsey's friend's going to be a witness. Probably that other girl is going to, I'm telling you. And then the people that was there when the shooting happened, right? Of course, they're going to be there because they are witnesses to the incident that happened. Okay, so this new development situation with the video and the girl coming forward, because it's my understanding she want to, say, hey, he was abusing her, right? So now we see this video of him, walking into her bedroom while she's asleep, and he just start out of nowhere just walking there and start beating on Kelsey. So we definitely know now that he was abusive. And
Yes.
so now it's also said that he had destroyed all the video footage in their house because she was having this video evidence of him beating her, right? Because that's where Kelsey's friend got that video from, because Kelsey sent it to the friend. So that's documented. That's going to be documented that there is a history of abuse. There's going to be documented allegedly that there's a history of abuse with the other woman, the Vanessa girl. So now it's saying that the Vanessa girl and him had started experimenting with this new drug. And she takes him over into this other neighborhood. And then he is allegedly beating on her there. And these guys is like, hey, you can't come over here with that mess. Take that mess somewhere else. You can't beat her, not in this hood. So they go by a certain code in certain neighborhoods, right? So maybe I believe that's how he got shot over there, when he got shot over there in, I believe it was April of this year. Yeah. So now fast forward, and now this incident is happening. And mind you, Kelsey's brothers had already been into it with T Hood before about putting hands on their sister. So all of this is just setting a precedent, right? Because all of the video footage, the text messages, is stuff that happened in the past. Yes, he cannot be blamed or charged for what happened in the past that no one called the police is not documented. It's the same thing with like Diddy's situation, where in his case, yes, they brought up the footage of Diddy beating Cassie at the hotel. That they do that in court to set a precedent of his violent behavior. Okay, so that can be used as a sort of defense. Now, he cannot be charged or anything for that, because again, no charges was brought against him, but it sets the precedent of a history of abuse. So now you got fast forward this situation, and now I'm understanding that the 7 shots was either 5 to the back and 2 to the front, or 5 to the front and 2 to the back. So now it got to be proved, was his back actually turned when he got shot, or when was it forward and then he turned and then he finished in the back? Because there's no way, I'm gonna give you a incident that if his back was turned, there's no way that that's gonna be proven as a self-defense case. They got, like I said yesterday, they're gonna have a hard time. I can go ahead.
Sorry about that. And I love how you talking. Can I show you something, OG? You know I love when you come over here, okay? But
Mhm.
I agree with everything you said, but I also want to add, the friend also said that Vanessa girl got him set up and shot. She also said that. And I will play that later. Did you hear that part?
I did, but again, that has to be proven that the girl got him set up. She can say that, but now he went over to the neighborhood with Vanessa to buy these new drugs that they were experimenting on, and he was beating Vanessa over there. And now it was said that these guys said, "You can't do this over here, dude. Take her somewhere else with that mess." So I'm believing that that is the reason why they shot him over there. Now, if Vanessa has something to do with that, I don't know. That's going to have to be proven, and that'll probably be something that'll be brought up as well to set a precedence to what led up to the current events, right?
Right.
You
So
know,
those guys
she
gonna
could say that. She could say that, but if she wasn't there, that's just third party information. That's not a proven. That's speculation.
Because OG, you see what's going on. It's like 4 different camps. You got Kelsey and her friend, right? That's one camp. Then you got
Hmm.
Vanessa and her crew. That's one camp. And then you
Hmm.
got T Hood family. That's one camp. And then you have a camp that's quiet, which is Kai, Rashida, and Kurt.
All
Okay.
right.
Hoping that all of y'all fight amongst each other so y'all can forget about Kai name and he is dissolved and y'all fight against each other. Because Kelsey and her friend, they are retaliated against T Hood family, saying that Kelsey is a snake and she got him set up. And Kelsey and her friend is using T Hood, I mean Vanessa old situation and tying it in and saying, well, Vanessa got his ass shot earlier this year. Vanessa got him set up. Y'all wasn't mad about that T Hood family. So why y'all mad about this? So it's
Exactly, and it's gonna be the same thing if you wasn't there. How do you know Vanessa got him shot up? If you wasn't there, how do you know Kelsey had him set up? Again, these are all conversations that, if it can't be proven, it's just gossip. It's just third party information, which is not going to be admissible in court. Now we have when the court situations start to happen, they only going to go by facts. They're going to go by the facts of it is documented that he was abusive, right? It is a fact of that the brothers had already got into it with T Hood prior to about jumping on their sister. It is a fact of that T Hood went over to another, neighborhood with Vanessa to buy drugs. So now you got drugs, you got violence, you got narcissistic abuse, all of that roll up to the one with trauma bonding, because trauma bonding is what it seemed like these girls have been in violent relationships with T Hood, and it rewires females' brains. So a lot of times when we ask why women don't leave, that's why. It's because there's a trauma bond that has caused them to literally latch on to their abusers, right? And that's why we see this from a lot of women. We don't get it and don't understand, and why she didn't leave? Why did and this is another thing. T Hood's family has indoctrinated Kelsey to not call the police, to call them, based on that text message that the girlfriend put out there when Kelsey reached out to T Hood's mother and told her, your son is putting hands on me and you need to come get his stuff. The mother said, okay, thank you. There was no, how you doing? Are you okay? It was okay, thanks, as to say, we got it from here. So now Kelsey is being trained to not call the police, but call them. And this is the problem with that, right? That I have with his side of the family. Then I'm going to get to Rashida side of the family. With his side of the family is you're protecting the abuser because it's your family member. And that's something that's indoctrinated in families as well. You're saying, don't call the police, call us and let us handle it. What if one day Kelsey would not be able to make that phone call? See what I'm saying? So
but I also want to feel this way too. I think it's more of a culture. I feel like, that's what they are part of. And Kelsey, to me, none of y'all are innocent. Kelsey, she wants to be a part of this culture. She does drugs. These women, they fight these men. These men fight these women. They are in this shit together.
Yeah, it's a abusive, trauma bonding, toxic, violent relationship. And when drugs and alcohol and all of that is involved, that just heightens and make it worse. But that part of that text right there for me showed me that his side of the family didn't give a damn that she was getting her ass beat. That they saying don't call the police on him to have him arrested or locked up. Call us and let us handle it. When she said he putting paws on me, come get his shit, right? The mother say, okay, thanks. She didn't say, well, how you doing? Are you okay? None of that. So again, you got to read context as to way conversations are being had, even in text, because these people are not caring about anything but protecting the abuser, right? And Kelsey's to blame for that too. Even now, look at the situation her brother's in, and she's still protecting the abuser. Oh, I loved him, and I didn't want this to happen. And
also, that's what she wanted. Like, people have a choice, and they want these bad boys. Girls love bad boys. They see
absolutely
bad boys. Kelsey didn't have to go this way. She got goddamn parents that are millionaires. She wanted to do what she wanted to do. And these girls are not innocent. They are bad girls too. They do their dirt as well. But I also want to put this up here too. I want you to hear this, OG. I don't know if you heard it. This is Kelsey. She says, so no, I'm not going to sit here and let y'all create some sick narrative of me. I never want him hurt or call anyone to get him hurt, no matter what. So this is Kelsey after the death, and she's saying she don't want her man hurt. And I would tell you, most women that are in an abusive relationship, they don't want you to fuck with their husband. They don't want you to fuck with their boyfriend. Okay.
That's true.
So she also says we always go through shit together. So this ain't the first time. This is normal behavior for them. And a lot of times in these relationships, and they said 40%. When I looked it up, I said, how often or what's the percentage of Black women getting beat? They said 40%, So that's a huge number. That's almost half.
I thought it was 40% for men getting abused by women, and then it's higher for women getting abused by men. That's what I thought. But you could be right. But I think it's 40% men are abused by women, and most of their abuse goes unnoticed, undetected, underrated, because men, for the most part, don't call the police, right? So I think the number for women are higher because not only are men abusing women at a higher rate, they also killing them at a higher rate.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's
now,
a lot of violence going on.
Absolutely. And again,
it's a lot of violence. Go ahead.
No, absolutely. Like I said, it's a lot of the trauma bonding that happens in violent relationships, right? So now you take that text and then you put it in content with what Kelsey is saying now. That's a telltale sign of somebody that is still trauma bond with her abuser. So this is the thing. I could say, I'm gonna use myself as an example, right? And I'm in a domestic violent relationship, and I'm getting abused in my home. I'm getting beat. I'm getting, all of that, kicked, bruised, battered, whatever. And I'm that woman. If I am not protecting myself in that home, in that moment when it happens, I cannot wait until the man beats me. And now he's walking out the door and he's going to get in his car. and I run out there with my gun and I pow.
Yeah, that's wrong. That's not
I
self-defense.
can't do that. That's again, I stand a better chance of it being self-defense if in that moment when it's happening, I can say I scared for my life and I was defending myself against a man that was beating me in that moment. I can't wait till you walk out the door. That's just like they say when robbers come in your house to rob your house and you in your house, and you can't wait until they run outside to try to pow.
Right.
That old saying my mom and them used to say, you better drag them in the house. You better drag them back in the house because your chances of beating the case is better than waiting once they back is turned and once they are out the door, out of sight, out of mind. It does not become self-defense then. Now you're going to fight a murder charge. So it has to be proven if Kelsey's brother, if T Hood's back was actually turned. That is where the witnesses are going to have that was there in that house that witnessed that shooting are going to have to get on that stand and are going to have to tell the truth, because if his back was turned, like I said yesterday, that young man will gonna be fighting for his life to be able to prove self-defense, even if they got into a fight in that house.
Well, let's
And
listen to
even
that.
if P. Hood was calling him all kind of punk bitch ass ninjas and blah blah, but if he's turning his back to walk away and leave, that's a whole different scenario.
Well, check this out, OG. She says this, Kelsey, the girlfriend. It says we always go through stuff together, and now I'm alone in this. She says she's alone, girl. Okay. Now she also says this: I will keep speaking my truth for my baby. He was leaving. Did you hear that? Did you hear
Mm-hmm.
that? She said,
Mm-hmm.
and this is documented, and she was a witness that was there. So, like you said, it's going to be in the court. She said he was leaving. T Hood was leaving, and he should still be here. She says, I love you, T Hood. Please come visit me and take me with you. It sounds like she's almost on the verge of she want to take herself out of here to
It
be
does.
Hood.
Yeah,
I
it really does.
And see, it messes with her mentally, and she will always be screwed from this, from her brother. You know, she would never forgive her brother for doing this, for taking that away from her. And I hope that she survived this, and I hope that she lives and she can get healthy. But I feel like she's gonna go back to those drugs real hard after this.
Yeah,
Um,
well, they all were getting doing hard drugs together. Kelsey and T Hood was getting high together, and then T Hood and the Vanessa girl was getting high together. And now I'm hearing, I don't know, I'm saying allegedly, rumored that they used to have threesomes too. I know the Vanessa girl was the outside woman, right? Was the side piece, as they say, right? So now you talking about a love triangle, right? Because now it's certain things that T Hood may do with Vanessa that make Kelsey feel away, and things that T Hood may do with Kelsey that make Vanessa feel away if they ain't in it together when they are allegedly in these threesomes, right? So now you got a love triangle. Now you got Kelsey's friend speaking up on her behalf, and then you got Vanessa's friend speaking up on her behalf and saying, "Hey, he was beating on Vanessa too. Let's not get it twisted. He was abusive all the way around the board." So that abuse trail will set a precedent in court of saying, okay, T Hood was no angel. He was violent. He was abusive. But did he deserve to die in that moment? That's the $64,000 question that the defense is going to have to prove, and going against the prosecution that's going to be set to prosecute Kelsey's brother to the fullest extent of the law. Now, where I blame Rashida and K Frost is that they're just as degenerate, right? And they're just as toxic. And I said this yesterday, as the children that they raise, because the children that they raise watch daddy and mama be in a toxic, narcissistic, abusive relationship, saying it's okay for me to have this type of behavior. It's okay for me to do this and the other, because that's all I know. That's all I grew up in. And that type of environment definitely weighs and sets a precedent on how children's mindset come up when they grow up to see their parents be toxic, be in narcissistic, abusive relationships. We all know Kurt's history with that, right? We all watch them and how toxic they be on this reality show, right? And this has spent down now from them to their children. So that's where I blame them. So on both sides of the spectrum, both of the parenting skills is fucked up. And that's why the kids are in the predicament that they are now on both sides. The T Hood's family is protecting an abuser, and now he's no longer here. They want to shift the blame on everybody but themselves because they never took accountability for his abuse. They covered it up. They said, let us handle it. Don't call the police. Don't get them in trouble. See, that's what we do in a culture of families that protect abusers. But I'm going to tell you, because Kelsey's brother was high in emotions when this incident happened, the bottom line for him, because of the 7 shots, is definitely an overkill. Because you can shoot someone one time. If you're shooting to kill, you shooting them probably center mass in the face, head, or something like that. If I'm just trying to get you off of me or get you off my family member, I may shoot you in the leg. I can shoot you in the ass. I can shoot you in the arm or something, hand, anything like that, right? So he's caught up in the emotion now, and the argument and the emotions are high between all of them. And if T Hood was, really had allegedly whooped his butt, like they're saying, and calling him you a punk ass, da da da. We know how men get, specifically black men, when they feel like they getting punked out. And to shoot him 7 times is definitely, you shot him to kill him. No doubt about that. Shooting someone 7 times, you absolutely shot him to definitely make sure he's no longer here. Now, if I'm in an abusive relationship, and I'm just going to keep it a bean, and this is me speaking as an older woman from a perspective that's seen and lost a girlfriend from domestic violence. And I also lost a cousin that was protecting a woman that was being beat in the streets. Each time in those scenarios, the abuser still lived to have a story to tell. My cousin is no longer here because he was protecting a woman that was getting abused, and the abuser turned around, went to his car, and shot him for stopping him from beating his wife up. That's one scenario. My cousin's no longer here, and he was allegedly the hero. He died a hero, but he's dead. Now, my girlfriend was leaving her abusive husband, and she's no longer here because when he found out she was leaving, he killed her. You see what I'm saying? But he's still living. He done his time. He out of jail. So are we going to keep protecting abusers, right? And are we going to keep staying in these abusive relationships? The toxic.
Answer that. They are going to they are going to protect the abusers.
Oh, absolutely.
As abuser, that's just the world we live in. That's the reality. And
yes.
Especially in the new culture that we are headed to, the world we're headed to. Yes, I mean, they see them. That's their brother. That's their dog. He's a monster, and you still get with him. I mean.
Well, that's the same way they protect the same sexual abusers in the family. It's the same way. In Black culture, it just...
Kurt is a cheater, but he's going to be protected. I feel like everybody got different beliefs. Okay, you got a group of people, oh my God, that's horrible, that's wrong. Okay, that's their belief. But then you have a culture that's like, bitch, this is our business. We're going to do what we want to do. It's not wrong. This is just life. This is how we are. So you have different beliefs and different cultures. So they try to, I don't know how it get mixed in. It just seemed like one culture that's not in those situations. They judge them from the outside in because they don't get it. But the people that's in it, they like, this is just our thing. This is what we do. Just mind your business.
It would have been Kelsey, on the other hand, that lost her life from the hands of T Hood. Would they be having the same energy? You see what I'm saying? So this is me, right? Like I'm from the old school. You put your hands on me, I'm gonna send you to meet your maker. No doubt about it. Listen, I would rather take my chance and being judged by 12 than to be carried by 6.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
I get
Because
it.
these men are taking these women out of here. I'm telling you, if the roles would have been reversed, and if it would have been Kelsey that would have been gone, would T Hood's family would have had the same energy? I don't think so. Based off of just the text message conversation from T Hood's mother to Kelsey.
But of course not. I think that's self-explanatory. I mean, that's their people. People are going to be loyal to people that they love and people that they care about. You know, that's going to be
Which is a sickness all in itself when it comes to abuse, period. But that's the sickness in our culture that we have, even as family members. It is sickening to be a handler, enabler, and flying monkey for an abuser, whether it's sexually or physically. It's dangerous, but in our culture, that's how we have been brought up, to be indoctrinated and trained to protect the abusers in our family. We sit up, I've said it many times, in families, and we go to funerals of Uncle Charlie, knowing Uncle Charlie was raping all the little boys and girls in the family. But we get up there and talk about how nice Uncle Charlie was. I'm sick of that culture. That thinking, that way of protecting abusers is sick to me.
well, you're going to get sick a whole bunch in this new world that's coming up.
I already know. I already know. I'm looking at this incident and I can see the the nefariousness of the indoctrination and of the taking up for the abuser to protect the abuser. Even that text was proof. His mother just said, okay, thank you. I just told you your son just beat the crap out of me. Come get his shit. Okay, thank you. Know how you doing, know where you at, are you okay? None of that. People don't give a shit if it ain't them that it's happening to.
I mean, yeah, that's self-explanatory. I mean, I don't know. Okay, okay, OG, why are you surprised?
I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm not. I'm saying, but I have to see.
Is it the surprise? Like, it's always been that way.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised. I'm saying that it's sad and it's sickening. And at what point are we going to stand up for what's right and do the right thing, even when it hurts, even if it's a family member? I wouldn't condone that behavior in my son, and that's on everything.
Right. Well, I don't think it's ever going to happen. I think the world that you paint is never going to happen. I mean, not just in America, but all across the world.
No, I get it.
Africa, when you look at India, when you look at China and how Chinamen treat their women and how abuse is okay, and look at Russia, that is it's always been, and it's been worse in the past. And you know, I already know it's going to get worse in the future because of how the world is going now. So
no doubt about it, especially with this younger generation and the ones that are following the behaviors and antics of the reality TV stars and the rappers and their girlfriends and all this toxic behavior that goes on. They think that that's normal. That we as a society have normalized that. Like, that's supposed to be a normal relationship and normal behavior, and it is what it is. It has become so acceptable.
Normal to them, because if you grow up in that dysfunction and you don't know nothing else, I mean, that is
exactly. And that's why I'm saying the cycle continues from the parents, which is on both sides, now down to their children, and it's trickled down to this, and this is where we at now. Now someone has lost their life because the red flags have been there for years. And nothing was never done about it on either side. The red flags has been there. But when you are indoctrinated into a generation of family, narcissistic, toxic, violent abuse, this is the end result of that until somebody puts a stop to it. This is why a lot of time family members don't F with family members. Like, I got family members I know toxic. I don't F with them. I don't go around them. I ain't at the barbecue with them. I ain't at no weddings, no funerals, no get-togethers, no nothing. It's certain people in my family I don't fuck with because they toxic.
I don't
But
blame you. And that's right. You have to make that separation if you don't, if that mindset is not the same and you guys don't share those values.
yes, honey, and listen, Messy, because my family be like, "Well, why you don't come to this and why?" Because y'all take up for this person that y'all walk on eggshells with, because y'all worried about, triggering him or her, and if they go off and snap, and y'all worried about. I said, I'm not living my life like that. I'm not living my life walking on eggshells around people. I'm a grown ass woman, and if I say something, I mean it. I'm gonna stand on it. And if they don't like it, especially if it's against whatever the bullshit that they out there doing, because they out there being. And if I say something and speak on it, now we into it. How about this? I'm just gonna stay over here, keep my peace. Y'all be over there with that mess. Keep on, coddling the abuser. Keep on, not, you can't say this around them because it triggers them. You can't act this way because it trigger them. You gotta hee and ha the stuff that you really ain't down with. I'm not living my life like that. But when you are around people like them, that's what they do. That like Rashida and her family and T Hood and their family, and that's what they do. We coddle abusers, we protect abusers.
Well, I
Yeah.
heard this. I heard Kurt, the father, said he's not getting involved in a relationship because he knows his daughter did not want to leave. He knows his daughter wanted to stay there. So he
Yep.
was not going to get involved. And I think that's the right thing to do. At the end of the day, it's her life. No matter how you think
She
it is,
grown.
it's
And she grown, and in the end, he can't stop her. And the only thing, when it's a situation like that, when you are a parent and you have a child that won't allow you to get them no help, that won't allow you to help them to escape and get away from abusive relationship, you just leave them alone, put them in the hands of God, and prepare yourself for a possible funeral. That's what you do, because that person might end up killing them, or they killing that person. Okay, now I got to prepare myself for two things: possible funeral, or possible having you go to jail. That's the only two options as a parent you have in that choice, because once your kid is of legal age, you can't control their life. You can't control the fact that they keep going back to abuser. They keep ostracizing the family. They keep protecting him. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna keep going over there risking my life to help you and protect you, and you keep going back to him. I'm putting you in God's hands, and I got to leave it alone. Maybe one day you'll wake up and you'll walk away, or either he gonna kill you or you gonna kill him. And I gotta be prepared for those two things.
mhm.
And this is where they at now. See, but they wasn't prepared for what was gonna happen, because now everybody's doing the name blame. They blame shift.
Name blame. I mean, it's clear. Kai shot him 7 times. So now they're trying to figure out if it's self defense or not. I mean, that's the only thing I'm concerned about. Of course, he was a monster. He's abuse. Yes, it's a lot of monsters and abuse out here. But
Mhm.
the situation is it self defense or not? What happened the day of? Let's see the video footage. And I think everything else is just a distraction, and I know you say if they go to court, they're going to paint he's a monster. Okay, he's a monster. I accept he's a monster. I think we all accept he's a monster. Okay, but let's go to Kai.
Mhm.
Where's Kai at in this? I mean, Kai is the main character.
Absolutely. And after all the blame shifting and name blaming and saying this person set this person up, nobody put that gun in Kai's hand and made him do what he did. Kai was caught up in the moment in his own emotions and didn't think, just reacted, which is normally what they do. The younger generation, they don't think. See, trouble is easy as hell to get into in the snap of a moment, but it's going to be hard as hell for him to get out of this. And see, and that's the part they don't think about in the moment when they mad and in their emotions and they triggered by something. Kai didn't think that. Kai in his emotions, he snapped and he shot that man 7 times, and allegedly most of them are in the back from what I'm hearing. So if it be proven, and if those witnesses that were there in that house get up and say that T Hood was walking away or running away or
Well, Kevin
whatever,
said he was leaving.
yeah, if he was leaving, then yes, like I said, Kai is going to be up for the fight of his life. Rashida and Kurt, yep, get that bag ready because y'all about to drop it. Now I heard he's out on bail, so they probably posted his bail, right? So if he's out on bail, he got to just stay low key, not get on social media, not talk to nobody, and wait for his trial. And he got to get with his lawyers and his parents, and they plan his defense because he's going to be up for a fight of his life if T Hood was leaving.
God. Well, VV said that Kelsey already stated that T Hood broke her cameras per the text messages. Well, isn't that convenient, VV? Isn't that convenient? That would make me side eye. Okay, he took the cameras out and then the brother kills him. So it's no evidence.
Well, yeah, T Hood. It was said that early on when he discovered that Kelsey had cameras in there. Of course, don't no abuser want to be on camera. Is being showed that they are being abusive because that's something that's against them. So yeah, of course he gonna rip all the cameras out. Now, if did nobody have recorded on their phone or anything, and there's no cameras working in the house, then they're gonna have to go by the witnesses' testimony when they get on that stand, what they saw happen.
But if I'm an abuser, let's just say I'm over here, I'm whooping asses. If you got a camera and you know how I get down, then I'm going to feel like you're setting me up, OG.
Well, I understand that from the abuser's perspective, but also the person that's being abused need proof that they're being abused too. So how am I going to prove it?
That's true. But you are setting me up, correct?
No, I don't agree with that.
But
if I'm a person, if I'm a woman, this is the thing. This is why receipts are needed. If I'm an abused woman, right, and I go to the police, number one, what they tell you to do, start the paper trail.
Right.
Is that setting the person up? Because you went in and reported them and got an order of protection for harassment and that's a part of you're protecting yourself. So is the video camera.
Okay, OG. Okay, I was beating your ass, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I leave your house, and then you put the cameras up, and you like, come over here, Messy. Let's talk. Work it out. I forgive you. Let's work it out, Messy. And then you bring my ass over there, and you got the motherfucking cameras up, and now you're slick. And you're gonna get me riled up with your mouth. You saying shit that's gonna get me riled up, and you know what I'm saying? That's the setup.
Okay, so Messy, and also in the interim, no matter what I say to you to trigger you, does that give you the right to put your hands on me?
Okay, for me personally, no. However, OG, in the real world, it does give people right. People are emotionally triggered, OG, and you know this. Words hurt just as much as a punch. Sometimes the words can hurt more than a physical punch. Words are mental. So, yes, you can verbally say stuff and trigger stuff if you know who that person is and you know how they are.
I understand where you're coming from, but again, no, I can make my mouth say anything. I can say whatever I want to you. And then, yes, the consequences I'll have to deal with, but it does not negate the fact that no matter what I said, you had no right to put your hands on me if I did not hit you.
Legally, I have no right, right? But at the same time, okay, besides the legal stuff, people are triggered, and what you say will cause somebody to knock you out. We know this, OG. We
Absolutely.
know this. If I go down to certain places or certain people and I talk shit, I might end up on a t-shirt because of my mouth.
Yep.
Does it mean that it's right legally? No, it does not mean that it's right legally. But we also know we live in a world where people are emotionally and they're triggered by words.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But there are also consequences for putting your hands on somebody, in a court of law. Because if I could have said the most heinous thing to you that I know is going to trigger you, And shame on me for that. And I provoked you. That's what it's called. I provoked you. But when the police see that camera and that video, don't you know you still going to jail?
Yes, you're going to jail. I'm not
You see what I'm
arguing
saying?
with that, but I'm just saying if you're putting cameras up, that is a setup. That's all I'm saying. Just
I
like
don't think it's a setup, because what if it's the same scenario and I didn't trigger you? You just walked in the house and did exactly what T Hood did to Kelsey when she was laying in the bed sleep. Did you see that video that Kelsey's girlfriend put up? Kelsey was in the bed sleep. He walked in the bedroom and just started beating her. So to me, that is the reason why I think video footage, paper trail, all of that sets the precedent as to have receipts of the abuse. So if something happened and I do have to defend myself against my abuser, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to walk.
Okay, OG. Okay. So I saw that video footage. That shit was wild as fuck, right?
That was crazy.
That
That was crazy.
shit was wild as fuck. But I still want to know. That's still not the full video footage. Come on. And I cannot neglect that this is coming from Kelsey friend. And the only reason she says she put it out here because T Hood family, she did it in retaliation. So they use shit like this as they weaponize it. They're not going to the police with it. They weaponize it. But what will
But
cause
it's gonna be used in the court of law, Messy. And even if she did put it out there for retaliation, she put it out there to say this nigga was beating her. This ninja was beating her. Y'all, at the end of the day, he was. And let me show you, he didn't even need a reason. He can just walk in the room while she sleep and beat her.
what is it more video footages? I think she would have put them all out there. I think that is more to that story. I'm sorry, OG. It does not give
I
him the
understand your point, but what that video showed was that woman was asleep. It don't even matter if they were arguing earlier and got to fight earlier. She was asleep, Messy. He walked in the room and just out of nowhere started beating her. That is on camera.
I saw it. That's wrong as hell. But like I said, I think it's more to the damn story with that. And I think he's a monster. I already said he's a goddamn monster. But after that, OG, she still loved that man and she still did not want him to die. You know?
Absolutely. And listen, not wanting somebody to lose their life, I totally get that. Even your abuser, she might not even wanted her abuser that abused her to lose his life. I understand that way of thinking coming from a woman that has been habitually abused by her man. I get it. I understand that thinking, that because that is how they think. I'm a different breed though. The first time you do it, to me, I'm gonna send you to meet your maker. Like I said, I will worry about being judged by 12 as to being carried by 6. Cause now I'm 6 feet under. Better you than me.
Yeah. I do think they were really toxic. I think they were crazy, but they love crazy together, you know?
Absolutely. That's that crazy, toxic, trauma bonding, in those type of relationships. Look at Kurt and Kurt and what's the child? Rashida. Look at them. We watched that live and in living color on reality TV, that toxic relationship. But you can't tell them because she love her some Kurt.
Got it. So Vivi says it's still a evidence of DV. Nobody's disarguing that he's a monster. Okay. However, it does not give Kai Frost the right to shoot him 7 times. Vivi, do you understand that? Do you get that? Because at the end of the day, that is the whole core of it, is a death. It's a homicide.
That's where the problem is going to be for Kai. He got a fight on his hand, especially
the death and the homicide. If they fight each other all the time and nobody cares. But the fact that it's a death.
Yeah, because even if Kai and T Hood was fighting, right? Just say they was fighting to the hilt, right? because Kai jumped in to defend his sister's honor. And now they fighting, they squirming on the floor. Somebody gonna beat somebody butt. And maybe T Hood got the best of Kai. I don't know, right? So just say that happened. And now somebody either break the fight up or they break up on their own or whatever. And T Hood still talking smack, Kai talking smack. So T Hood's like walking away. If that's alleged that he really walked away and Kai, whether he had the gun on his person or whether he went to get the gun, either way it go, if T Hood was leaving, y'all got to understand that. That's the thing about when a person is leaving. They say the same thing about when a perpetrator is fleeing and the police, pow them in the back. That's why a lot of times police lose their job and they're big lawsuits with the family because they
job no more.
Not no more, but the family end up getting a big bag, right? Because that person lost their life. They not supposed to do that. That is against policy code of the police department, even to shoot fleeing perpetrators in the back. So that's why I'm saying, y'all, if that man was leaving, Kai is in for the fight of his life.
That's true. But you see, OG, there that go shit again. Your mouth gonna get you fucked up. And I'm not saying it's right. But that man, T Hood, was talking shit while leaving the car. And Kai felt like his manhood was on the line, dog.
Probably did. This is gonna be a big case in Atlanta, just like Diddy's case was. Again, we saw the video of him being Cassie, but guess what, y'all? Diddy was not on trial for that. He did not get convicted of that. You know why? Number one, because the statute of limitations was up, and number two, he didn't get convicted of it because it was not even a charge that he was charged with. So, but what it did was set the precedent for the judge and the jury to see, oh, this is a violent ninja right here. Oh, he put his hand on women, beat them like that. See, it still puts it in the mind of them to say, okay, he is a violent person. So that is going to set a precedent in the court when it comes to the prosecution that's going to be, trying to prosecute, to the fullest extent of the law. The defense is going to use. This is why her brother had to come in her honor defense, because he was beating her. But they got to prove. Was he beating her in that moment? Was he beating him in that moment?
It's not going to fly, because we have documents of Kelsey saying that he should still be here and that she did not want her brother to kill him, and her brother is wrong, and she want her brother to go to jail behind this.
Yeah, so, and she gonna have to, I get it that she put that in writing, but she gonna have to get on that stand and say what happened.
Kai has to serve time. That's the bottom line.
She's gonna have to get on that stand and say T Hood was leaving, the fight was over, they was talking smack to each other, he had turned and walked away. That's how he got those 5 or 7 bullets in his back. So yeah, the defense is going to have a hard time proving self-defense. That's the only thing I'm saying. I can't wait. You could beat me in my house, but I can't wait till you leave out of my door. Walk out, go outside, go to get in your car, and I take my gun, run out there and shoot you in your back.
Or maybe he shot him for every person that called him a homosexual. I don't know.
Who called who a homosexual?
Never mind.
What? Wait, what you talking about, Willis?
Oh, girl, you don't know that, T?
No, what T?
Girl, please, you know about that.
No, I don't.
You don't know about Kai Frost?
No, I don't. I really don't. I just recently started following this crap. I don't watch the reality TV stuff. What happened about Kai Frost?
Time ago, Rashida's son got exposed by other men.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, and T Hood probably really was messing with his manhood.
You know he was talking shit about that pasta.
Probably really was. Yeah, he's probably calling them all kind of Yeah, so and so. Yeah, and that triggered them. No doubt. I can, yeah, I can see that being possible. How many down low men have killed their wives and women that have outed them and exposed them for being down low? I can absolutely see that happening. It may not be premeditated, but it definitely can be second degree for sure. But we shall see, because this is going to be a big case. If there's any content creators down there that live in Atlanta, that'll be a good case to cover when it happens. I'm telling you, because that he's going to be in for a fight of his life, no doubt about it.
Celebrity scandalist say, yeah, that's an old story. Yeah, that's an old story. That is an old story.
Oh,
We
hey,
were
celebrity scandalous.
we were talking about, in a sense, when somebody is upset with you, and if they were arguing back and forth, celebrity scandalous, do you believe that T Hood used his gay allegations and weaponized it verbally in an argument?
Hmm.
And when somebody do that, would it heighten somebody else emotionally to want to pull more triggers for everybody else that started it? You know what I'm saying? That talk shit about them.
Mm.
It could be layered, just not I want to get you back for my sister, but I want to get you back for myself too.
Could be, yeah, especially if he was, what do you call it? Outing him or exposing him, or
No,
just.
no, T Hood never outed him. He was already outed a long time.
Oh, okay. So he was just basically, what do you call it, ragging on him, talking about, talking
I'm not saying
possibly.
that.
In,
I would imagine
yeah,
he would bring that up if they're in an argument. I would
then
imagine
arguing. Oh
people
no,
use the hardest thing, even if it's old, to bring it up
absolutely.
to in an argument.
Yep. He's probably, shut your gay ass up. You
Like,
down low homo, half a homo, whatever. Whatever they say. I'm just saying. Yes, I can see it. I definitely could see it, because men like to emasculate other men when it comes to things like that, because women even do it. So, absolutely. Women emasculate men, whatever they weakness in. They wait good until they get into an argument and talk about how little they peen is, right? When they mad, now they want to expose the fact that the man they've been with for 5 years screwing and got kids back. Oh, when they break up, oh, shut up with your little peen. You got a little thing. You tickle me, blah blah blah. Why women do it? So,
yeah,
so
I would love to have do it. Like, I would love to say that about certain men, but I'm afraid they're gonna fuck me up. So I shut my mouth because I
Yeah,
know I'm not violent. So I shut my mouth, because I know, even though, like you said, OG, I should be able to say what I want to say and not get touched. That's not reality. I,
yeah, and a lot of people that do that feel that way, Messy. So you're right. A
I
lot of people, you get it. You
want
get it, you get it, and I get it. But a lot of people don't get it. And that's why a lot of them are not here.
I'm gonna shut my mouth and I'm gonna live to see another day and I'm gonna be okay. I don't
This
gotta have the last word. Uh,
Listen, this whole outing that these women are doing is costing them their lives when they getting on social media and exposing their husbands or their exes or their boyfriends for being on the down low. A lot of these sisters have lost their life because they literally just can't move, leave it alone, leave him, move on, and keep your mouth closed. Let the next woman deal with that situation. That's not you know what I mean? When you're doing that and outing these men, they are sending you to meet your maker.
yeah.
So I can definitely see that happening in a heat of a moment in an argument, for
That's
sure.
scary shit. That's some scary shit right there. Okay. Listen, OG.
What?
I'm a transgender. I'm afraid of anybody thinking I'm about to out their ass, okay? Because I don't even want you to think and try to fuck me up because you think I said some shit.
Exactly. And I understand that perspective. You don't know what people You know, it's crazy. People are crazy out here. You don't know what they'll do if you expose their secrets.
But they can do it not because you did it, because they think you did it. Like if
Oh,
somebody exposed them and they like, bitch, is you did it? You know,
yeah,
I don't want you to accuse me of that shit. Don't accuse me of shit.
right. Yeah. And look, and you could look, you could lose your life just by even saying you didn't actually say it, but say you told somebody else and they exposed it. Then that person gonna look at, well, you knew it, and this is your friend or your family member, so you had to tell them. You could lose your life in that way.
I'm not. I'm cutting my tongue off before I kiss and tell. I ain't saying shit. I had one girl try to set me up. OG.
Mm-hmm.
She sent me a message, right?
Mm-hmm.
Said, hey, babe, and I said, who is this?
That's the first thing, right? Like, who is this? Wait a minute.
It came from a different number. I ain't know that number. And she was like, "Oh, you know who this is? You know your daddy or whatever, mine." And I'm like, "Who?" I said, "Send me a picture." Right. So she sent old dude the picture. Now I'm thinking it's the nigga because you sent a fucking picture. Child, she almost got me caught up and got fucked up behind that shit because she's talking like she's him to get information out of me. Good,
Wow.
good thing I ain't say shit.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Wow. You see what I'm saying? People do all kind of stuff to set you up. That's true.
She said, so tell me that night we had in November. It was so good. I miss it so much. I want you to tell me what happened that night. I said, what? In my mind, I'm like, he's a freak. You know, I'm like, is he getting off on this shit? He just want me to, is this sex? You know how to do sexting? You know how
Right.
sex. I'm like, is
Right.
this what he's on right now? I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I said, no, call me, FaceTime me, because you know I'm a FaceTime type of person. And they was like, no, I can't do it right now because my signal or some shit like that. They made up.
Well, listen, you got to think about all scenarios. It seemed like you was very smart in that incident, even though this woman was trying to make you think it was the man. You still had your wheels turning, right? You still was like, no, I need more. I need more. I'm not gonna just say what you want me to say. Like, I need more information.
Always on guard. I'm always on guard. I'm always keeping my head on the swivel, and I don't trust anybody. So I was like, you know what happened? I said, I just made up a lie. I was like, you gave me $5,000 that night. It was a good night. Do you know what this bitch gonna text me back? I thought that because I was unsure if it was a girl or not, and I thought I
Right.
piss her off, and she was like, "I know, baby, you deserve it." I said, "The fuck."
Wait a minute. So now, wait a minute. So messy. So was it the woman trying to catch her man up from
Yes,
being with you? Oh wow.
yes, because the bitch
Woo.
was calling me for months, and then she'll stop, and then she started texting different numbers, and then she start. It was so many fucking games, you know.
Yeah.
I have my
Now,
shit.
answer me this. Did you ever reach out to the dude for real, and say, listen, your woman trying to set me up? Did
No,
you ever?
I don't know if that's his real woman or not, because people lie too.
Okay.
All I
Okay.
knew is after that situation, I didn't want anything to do with nobody because I'm like,
Yeah.
how did she get my information? And clearly, if it
He,
is your,
pro- he probably was careless, and she went in his phone and found it.
I don't know, but I just feel like you have too many people around you that's crazy. And mind you, I've been knowing this dude for like 5 years, and I've never had a situation with him like that. So
Oh
clearly,
wow.
new girl that's obsessive over him, or I don't know what the fuck going on. I don't know if he was in jail at the time, because niggas be going to jail, and then the girls they shit, and they be
Yeah.
going shit. So I don't know what the fuck. I was just
Hmm.
like, I don't want to be involved, and I'm not that curious a person. Like when I did a situation, and it's not that serious to me. because I move on my life and I don't fight over dick. I don't fight over niggas. Like they're not serious to me, honestly. So that's just how I felt about it, you know?
Yeah,
So
I mean, I went through a similar situation. Well, it was similar where I had been like broke up with this guy, and then I guess she found my number in his phone and she called me because dude had started back reaching out to me, but I wasn't responding. I had blocked him. And but she see my number or whatever coming up. And so she calls me and I'm like asking me, do I know such and such? And I'm like, who wants to know? You know, like you. I'm like, wait. And then she explained, she's like, well, I'm his fiance, and I see that, you know, your number has been coming up in so and so's phone, this and that. And I went on ahead and told her, I said, well, you know, sweetie, we broke up last year. I don't know. I said, maybe he's trying to call me, but I blocked him. I said, you know, good luck with that. And that's all I left it. She was trying to, but women do, they be trying to get information out of you and stuff. And I said, no. I said, he's your problem now. You know, you'll see for yourself what he's about. It's not my job to tell you what he's about, because first of all, if I tell you, it ain't gonna do no good, because you ain't gonna leave him. You ain't gonna listen. You gonna think I'm hating. So you'll see for yourself.
yeah, but I don't even have those conversations at all. My only female friends I have is people in my family, so I know them, and I don't
Yeah.
have any trans girlfriends or nothing like that. I don't even have a gay guy friend that sounds like a woman. So if I pick up I really don't even pick up phones I don't know, numbers I don't know. But if I do, and I hear a woman voice, I just hang up.
I told her, listen, I said to her, I said, your problem is not with me, sweetie. Your problem is with him. I said, because I haven't seen or talked to him in over a year. I say, so for him, for my number to be popping up in his phone, I'm not your problem. He's your problem. You deal with him, not me.
Yeah, but I don't even have that conversation. It's just like But this person says cannot believe anyone is even making excuses for his love of beating women. Disgusting. So they're talking
I
about me.
mean,
Okay, this is what I got.
oh, are they talking about you?
Yeah, because they're not talking about you. He is a monster. I said that before. It's plenty of monsters, but that does not justify he getting shot 7 times. Okay, you feel like every person that has abused anybody or somebody that hitting somebody, they deserve to die. That's your belief. Everybody clearly doesn't that share that mind frame. Even if they come out on social media and they claim they do, because when you look at their circle, ask them, will have a man ever beat you? They'll probably say, yeah. Did you get his ass killed? No, why didn't you get him killed? I thought he deserved to get killed. So that's just how I feel about it. OG, are you there?
I'm here. I was letting you handle your business. That was addressed to you.
Your thoughts about that, what I said.
I mean, no, that's your opinion. Like I said, I don't agree with abusers, period. I don't condone. I don't, take up for them. I don't enable them, like none of that. Because I already told you, you put your hands on me, they're going to be your first and your last time,
Mhm.
period, point blank.
I guess I'm different. I've had guys put their hands on me, but I'm not going to kill them.
But I ain't going to run outside, though. See, I'm going to be smart. You got to be smart about it. I'm not going to run outside after you done beat me and run after you and shoot you in the back while you're leaving. No, because now I'm in trouble. You got to, but see, people don't think about that.
Yeah.
And obviously, that's not what Kay thought about.
You have to want to hurt somebody or kill somebody, and Kelsey did not want that. So with Kai's situation, if he did fight that guy, like you said, he should have thought more smart about the situation versus just in his feelings. But I've been in abusive relationships before, but I've never gotten, my ass whooped. They never whooped me like that. And shit, it's my fucking choice. I'm gonna do what I want to do.
It
So
is, and I've never been, thank God, I've never been in a physically abusive relationship. I really thank God for that, because I had family members, friends, and like I said, I lost a good friend too that was in a domestic violence. Her husband actually took her out of here, so that's why I say for me, first of all, if you show me signs that you you can be physically abusive. And if I see you're being verbally abusive, if you hitting walls, if you throwing stuff, if you're doing that, that's a sign that you really want to do it to me. And eventually you're going to do it to me. So I'm not even dealing with that in a relationship.
I think that I have skated from that because I can't be controlled. So if I feel like a man have a desire to control me, then that's a turn off and I can't do it, you know? So
Mhm.
I think I skate from those type of really men like that because I think those men, this is my belief, I can't prove it, that they like control and nobody can control me. I'm
Oh,
very
absolutely.
loyal in relationships. I'm very bratty. And I cannot be controlled. That's just not.
Absolutely, and it is about control. You know, when men physically abuse and verbally abuse women, it's about control because they use that to control you or try to mold you into how they want you to be. You end up being very fragile, docile. You end up, ostracizing your family and friends because they're very controlling now. And then once somebody outside that household finds out that that person is being physically abusive towards you, now you're going to get the blame for that. You know what I mean? And they're really going to try to keep you away from your family and friends. So with Kai living there with the sister, is my understanding. So that couldn't be avoided. He was there. He just happened to be home when that incident happened. Whatever it was that happened, because first of all, they did say it was some domestic violence that happened first. Was it domestic violence with T Hood and Kelsey? Was it domestic violence between the two men? I don't know, but that's going to come out, right? But they did mention domestic violence happened in that moment.
Yep. It makes it interesting because Kelsey came right out defending him and saying her brother should go to jail. Her brother was wrong. So, we care about the victim, right? So if the victim said he should go to jail, how much do we care about the victim? Is it wrong? I don't know. But I just feel like, hey, if you kill somebody 7 times, you need to go, do your time. That's how I feel about it. Um, Now, Beach Girl says black folks don't give a fuck about black women. You right, they don't. It always about protecting the black man. I disagree about that. When I go to blogs like the Neighborhood Talk or the Shade Room, I think they do a pretty good job. They protecting black women. I think gay men, I think they speak out protecting black women a lot. But okay, it says always protecting the black man, even if he beat her and the kids to death. It's always gonna be what did she do to cause it? Period. OG, what are your thoughts?
Well, that's problematic in and of itself, for people to have that type of mentality. Because I don't have that type of mentality. If my niece or my daughter or somebody come to me and be like, so and so, I'm not gonna say to them, well, what did you do to cause him to beat you? No, because there is no reason unless you put your hands on him first and he's defending himself against you. There is no reason for him to be beating on you. Again, like I said. Seeing that video, he walked in that room and that girl was asleep. So there was no reason why he should have started beating her. She was asleep. When it's like, nah, there is nothing to justify other than the fact if the woman is trying to eliminate him. If she's abusive and she's putting hands on him and he's defending himself, that's a different situation. And we do know those things happen, but it's rare that happens. We know that it's usually the other way around. It's usually the opposite. It's usually the man is beating the woman. The man has a track record of being abusive to the woman. Right? We know that the percentages are up more when it comes to men doing it than women doing it. So in this scenario, I'm not going to say to the woman, well, what did you do for him to do that, for him to put his hands on you, for him to beat you? No, I'm not saying that to her.
Mm. Okay, now I will say that over recent years, you do see a rise of very aggressive women. Women, even in lesbian relationships, women are killing other women and beating
Oh
them.
no,
So they go both on
true.
both hands. Now when you say it's always about protecting a black man, even if he beat her, that has always been like that, and shit since I can remember. I don't. I think a certain time, this to me, when the world got more liberal and more Democrat, people try to be more fair with it and have justice for women and protect women and gay rights. But now, they're not protecting no women rights. They're not protecting no gay rights. All of them about to get flushed down the fucking toilet. So I think you're gonna see a whole bunch of rise of the power of men and just taking over and doing what they want to do. I mean, they're already saying that they're going to not allow women. They don't want women to vote anymore. Put it like that. So black man, even if he beat her and the kids to death, always protecting the black man, always protecting the black man. How I'm trying to figure that out. Always protecting the black man. Do people always protecting a black man?
I think as a whole in society, that has been the norm. But I think now that there are a percentage of women and people in society that are waking up to that because they're seeing a lot of the nefarious behavior of violent men that has a track record of being abusive towards women.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel the same way. I mean, listen, if it's a woman, just take for instance the Shakari Richardson incident that what just happened in the airport. I'm glad she went to jail for that. She deserves it. It's on video, her being physically abusive with that man, and he was trying to protect her. He actually told a lie to protect her. And we all saw on the video where she absolutely lied in an airport where cameras are everywhere, telling TSA, oh, I didn't hit him. I didn't put my hands on him. We were just having an argument. No, heifer, you put hands on that man.
Yeah. Now,
So,
my
so
issue, to me, I'm different, OG. My issue, I don't give a fuck if they fight. If she beat his ass and he still stay there, that's on him. I don't care. What I disliked about it, they did it in public because I don't want to see that.
well, if she did it in public, imagine what you're doing to the man in private, Messy. Come on now. No, it deserves the same precedent as if the roles were reversed. A man will be in jail or whatever because that type of behavior, the man needs to leave her too. If she is the abuser in that relationship, but see, again, he's used to obviously have been indoctrinated by that abusive, violent relationship from her. Just
Yeah,
like a woman, it's the same. It's the trauma bond that happens in those type of relationships. It can happen to men too.
I agree
And
with
men, and for men, it really looked like, oh, I'm a wuss. I'm weak if I, get her locked up, or if I say I didn't fight her back, or whatever, So that's why a lot of times in those scenarios, women don't go to jail. But I'm glad. See, he didn't press charges. TSA got it on video. They didn't need him. They pressed charges. That's why that ass went to jail, and
it.
rightfully so.
Yeah, she did that shit in public. But if they did it in their private, their own home, I'm not about to call the police and get involved in anybody relationship shit. I'm just not about to do it. I just feel like it's disrespectful that you do that in front of other people and you do it in front of kids. That's
But
my
that's what all make it even worse on her part. Messy, imagine if she doing it in public. She was acting like she was totally oblivious that there are cameras everywhere in the airport. She didn't care. So if she's doing it in public, imagine what she's doing in private.
she whooping his ass. You know what
That
she
part.
but that's but she whoop but who's gonna stop her? Who's gonna check her? Is he gonna leave? He ain't gonna leave. And he
I
like
get it.
he
I get it. I get it. Again, trauma bond. Trauma bond. And he took up for her. He took up for the abuser. That's the same thing that women do.
I'm gonna let them love their trauma bond and keep me out of that shit. I'm gonna let you love your trauma bond. What I don't care. Just don't do it in front of me or around.
When you got something to lose like them two do, like they got careers, endorsements, and all of that. Like if their role would have been reversed and it would have been the man, he would have probably been lost his endorsements. She ain't lost hers yet. We gonna see though, but she ain't lost no endorsements yet.
She's not
So,
gonna lose no endorsements because
huh?
she's not gonna lose no endorsements because she got too many political figures behind her. I mean,
I don't know if that's the case with her, but I'm just saying, and I'm using that as an example. If the roles were reversed and it was the man, he would have lost endorsements already. They would have been pulling out from Nike and all this other stuff. She got an endorsement with Nike. I ain't heard them say that they pulling her out yet.
I
But
don't think.
you see where there could be a double standard there. That's the only thing I'm trying to say. There could be a double standard there. If she is the abuser in this instant, in which it appears to be proven that she is on camera, that is the reason why her ass got locked up. And you see, as soon as she got out, she immediately put that apology out to him.
Hold on.
You
Oh,
know,
why?
you know why? Because she was trying to exercise damage control.
Oh, gee, look. Why I'm thinking Beach Girl came from me, right? Because to me, I'm gonna be neutral, with all the sexes and genders. That's just I'm gonna do, you know. But she said, see this pick me. She talking about you as a pick me. Talking to
As
Gigi,
far as what?
gaslighting the situation to protect black
But
men.
how did I gaslight to protect the black man? I did. What are you saying? I didn't gaslight to protect him. Neither did I protect him. I have said all the time that he is an abuser, that
No,
he is on camera abusing the woman, that there is a track record of him abusing. Are they listening?
no, OG, she's talking about the Shakira Richard situation.
Wait. Okay, so if Shakari, whatever her name, if Shakari is the abuser, you're saying that she don't deserve the same scenario that will happen to a man because she's a woman? I mean, make me understand that. Are you saying because she's a woman, she didn't deserve to go to jail and she don't deserve to possibly lose her endorsements because she's a woman? Now make that make sense.
Well,
We have to look at both sides of the spectrum. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. If she is the abuser in that relationship, then she's the toxic one that deserves to go to jail for being abusive. The same way that T Hood would have been in that case.
now,
It's no different.
we have to admit, right, that there is a lot of sexist people in this world. There are a lot of people that's going to always side with men. There are people always going to side with women.
Well, I side with what's right. That's the side I'm on.
But a lot of
And it
people,
doesn't matter if they are male or female. If they are the abuser, then they deserve to go to jail if they get caught abusing. She got caught on camera abusing the man. I'm not going to take up for her because she's a woman and I'm a woman. No. Just like no more than I'm going to take up for a man if he wrong. I'm for what's right. It doesn't matter the sex.
they said, lady, they trashed Megan Thee Stallion for lying to protect a black man. How is that different?
I don't know if Meg Thee Stallion lied. I don't know that. I don't know that. I'm talking about facts now. What was seen on that video? Are we talking about what we speculate here, or are we talking about the facts here? The fact of the matter is Shakari is on video being physically abusive towards her boyfriend. That is the reason why she went to jail.
Right.
Did she deserve to go? Yes.
Yeah.
Now, if the roles would have been reversed, I'd have been saying the same thing about him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about because she's a woman and I'm a woman. I'm not going to protect her and take up for her because she's a woman and I'm a woman. If she wrong, she wrong. If the man is wrong in the incident, he's wrong.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think she's just trying to insert the Megan Thee Stallion case because ain't nobody even talking about Megan Thee Stallion.
Well, I said, first of all,
I think she's just trying to insert.
it's got to be what it was proven. Was it proven in the court of law that Meg was lying? Or is this just something y'all saying based off of different situations y'all know? See, I didn't follow that case up enough to know. So I can't speak on that. I don't know if Meg lied on what was his name? What's the man name? The rapper? Tory Lanez. I don't know that. I know what I seen on that video, and I saw Sha'Carri physically abusing that man. That's what I saw. Now, if it had been him, the roles reversed, him abusing her, I'd have said the same thing go for him. Now, are we gonna be fair and talk about what's right instead of trying to protect somebody because they the same sex as you? No, I'm not doing that. Miss me with it. There are women that are abusive out here too.
Oh, there you go.
Next question.
Yeah, next question. I don't know. Now they talking about Meg. Meg allegedly hit one of her boyfriends before she admitted to it. I don't know, but let's get back to Kirk and
No. But again, like I said, T Hood is on video being abusive. That is going to set a precedent in court. Track record. He's got a track record of being abusive. Kelsey's going to have to testify to that. She's going to have to tell the truth, just like she's going to have to tell the truth about what happened in that house because she was there. She was a witness to it. And whoever else was there is a witness to it. But no matter what, y'all, this is the thing. And I use Diddy case as an example. We know Diddy is a low down piece of crap, but he was not on trial for the DV, y'all. Do we know he's a DV abuser? Absolutely.
right. But you
But
know
he
what?
didn't get caught in the moment for that.
Right. And I gotta say something too, OG. Okay, I think a lot of people do a lot of fake outrage too. Okay, they said Megan Thee Stallion, she's abusive to boyfriends. So does that she's a monster too, right? If you're abusive, you're a monster. They say Tory hit women before. He abusive. They hit monster too. Okay, do y'all want Tory to die? Do y'all want Meg to die? They ain't gonna want them to die. Y'all,
Yeah.
a lot of them, most of y'all have abused. Somebody went upside somebody's head. Now, I have never hit anybody, okay? I've just never been a violent person. Now, I will say, OG, when I didn't know any better, and the reasons I got popped in my
In your what? In your mouth?
mouth, in my head is because of my mouth. You understand? I
Mm-hmm.
purposely was talking shit and saying shit, because I'm not a fighter. So I use my words to hurt someone. So
Mm-hmm.
once I start realizing when I'm doing this,
What you realize, Missy?
I need to shut the fuck up because I'm gonna get popped in my mouth, and I
In
know
your mouth.
I
Lesson learned. Lesson learned, right?
got.
Sometimes we gotta learn lessons the hard way when we don't listen, right?
I gotta swallow my pride and I gotta humble myself and just know I'm gonna see tomorrow. And I lost this time, but that's okay.
That part. Listen, but you live to tell fight another day. You live to tell and talk about another day. A lot of people don't live to talk about another day because they be gone. They be gone. And that's the example that I was setting when I was saying that when Kelsey was texting T Hood's mother when he abused her before and told him the mother to come and get the stuff. They have groomed, Kelsey has been groomed to say, don't call the police, call us. See, that's the stuff right there for me that's problematic in our culture and in our families. It's because we want to call on protect the abuser. The mother did not one time say to Kelsey, well, how you doing? You all right? You see, I said that. So there's no way I'm taking up for T Hood and protecting the woman in the case that's being abused. But if it's a woman that's being the abuser, she deserves the same thing that the men would get. We cannot play that role, women, to protect women just because they women either. I'm not going to protect and coddle and speak up for Sha'Carri when it is a known fact she is the aggressor and the abuser on that video. Just like T Hood was the aggressor and abuser when he walked in that room when Kelsey was sleeping, he just started beating on her for nothing. She was asleep. Can't get no more for nothing than that. And it don't even matter if they had argued and fussed and fought prior to that. She was asleep and the man walked in there and started wailing in on her. That's not cool. He's an abuser, yes. But in that moment at that house, did he deserve to die? That is what's got to be proven in court, y'all. No matter what we think, no matter what our feelings is, we got to get out our feelings and look at what's going to be factually proven in the court of law. I grew up in an era where I didn't think women were abusers until I actually witnessed a woman abusing a man, being the aggressor, being the abuser. So am I to sit and say, oh, that shouldn't happen because she's a woman. She shouldn't go to jail. She shouldn't face no time. She shouldn't lose endorsement. She shouldn't, she got too much to lose. Well, she should have thought about that when she put her hands on that man the same way men do.
The first time I saw a female abuser was my auntie. She got a phone, and at this time, the dial phones, and she beat his ass with that phone.
Mm-hmm. That's the first time I witnessed it was with my auntie by marriage. And she used to provoke my uncle. Oh my God, that woman was so physically abusive. She busted head. My uncle would come over to busted head, but at what point are you not gonna fight back?
I don't know, but when she did it, I was like, I need to call the police. Let's call the police. And my family was like, no, you do not call the police. Stay out of it. And then when I saw other abusive situations and I said, call the police, they say, stay your ass out of it. And, they are still married. All of them are still married to this day. And they did not want me to call the police. So, stay out of people's shit, pretty much. They fight, but they love each other.
They protected that situation, and in a sense, they protected you because that way everybody would have been mad at you, and they'd have still been together.
Yeah, I probably would have got fucked up.
You see what I'm saying? So, and I was a little girl seeing this, so imagine the trauma to that. So I really didn't have any control.
I was little too. I was like 5.
Yeah. When you're a little girl, and seeing that. So we want to talk about traumatic, but no, now that I think about it and I'm grown and I see it for what it was in retrospect, my auntie by marriage, because she was married to my uncle, my blood uncle, my mother's brother, she was the abuser. And I couldn't understand. And then I used to okay, I see why Uncle Pete is beating the dog crap out of her. Look what she doing to him. Hitting him with frying pans and literally.
I will always say, well, why don't you just leave? Why don't you just leave? I don't understand it. It's like if you hate somebody where you have to fight, I want you to just leave. But then I have to realize everybody is not going to look at it like me. Everybody is different. If that's what they want to do, then that's what they're going to do. I didn't understand at one point where they said it was law, like the police, if you were in a marriage and y'all fighting and the police would come out, they realized that you guys are in a marriage, they would just have you guys work it out. Like people have this thing where, if it's relationship abuse, I guess it's something supposed to different. I've like I said, I've gotten hit, but it wasn't, I've never got my ass whooped like that. And I don't think
what happened when we coddle, even the police, like you said, even when the police get called, police have gotten called to families many a times, right? And just say the man beating the woman, right? Men usually are the ones that come to these domestic violence type of scenes for the most part. You know what they used to do all the time? Man, let's leave the house for a minute, go, you got somewhere you could stay, Go and lay your head down. They wouldn't. A lot of times they didn't even get locked up. They were like, man, just leave right now. That's the best thing. Take both of y'all cool off. You go and stay. You know, you got a brother, you got a cousin, you got a mom. Somebody go to some relative or friend's house. You know, until things cool off, man. Then try to come back at the house.
Reason
You
why
see
they
how much cuddling and covering up we did as a society.
not I look at it and I think they do that because they feel that women are emotional and they're just in their feelings, and they know most likely once the woman sleep it off that then she's just gonna want her husband and her man back.
But then, and that was men protecting men too now, because them men didn't want to lock that man up. And they knew by right, opening that door and seeing that woman with that black eye and busted lip, he was supposed to have his ass in jail. See, but a lot of times men cops protected other men. They did not. I saw it growing up. I said, man, just go. Come back in a couple of days. You got somewhere. You know, they'll go in there and let them they'll walk in till you get some clothes and stuff and all of that, right? And go get you some clothes, man. Come on back out and go, man. Stay a couple of days somewhere till y'all both cool off. And then next thing you know, a couple month go by and it's happening again. That happens so much in our culture. I saw growing up, like I'm telling you. So yeah, it's been a thing to be coddled, to be protecting the abuser, to sweep it under the rug and all of that. Yes, and trauma bonding is real, y'all. Men and women do it in abusive relationships. And that in and of itself is mental. That's a mental.
If they want this shit to stop, which I don't think they wanted to stop, I think a lot of y'all are just talking. Well, okay, well, why ain't they raising their sons and their daughters about abuse? Why aren't they talking about them? And I think it's not enough for you to just give a lecture, but you have to show it and you have to guide them through life, you know.
We, especially in our culture, have to really get serious about domestic violence and abuse for what it is, because so many are losing their lives because of it. And we're not really having the serious conversations about it because we choose to coddle and protect the abusers for the most part. But because a lot of times they come from that same environment. So it's generational. It gets passed down generational. And when you see
But
the
it's
trauma,
all about emotions, ain't it, OG? Isn't it all about them just being over emotional and reacting out of their emotions? So it seemed like the thing is emotion, you know.
well,
There's
yeah, it's emotion, but that's not all it is to it when you're talking about domestic violence. Like you said, you're talking about somebody that is violent in the way where they're controlling. That's a narcissistic behavior. They're controlling. That's problematic. That's a personality disorder. That's a violence of where they need anger management. They need therapy. And then the person being abused also needs that, because their brain have been rewired to accept that this is their normal. This is their life. So now they need to be in therapy too. So to say that, no, you didn't deserve that. This wasn't your fault. And this is what you need to do to get stronger. Rewire your brain to not accept that type of behavior. You have to learn to love yourself more than you love that other person, to allow that other person to continue to abuse you. These are the conversations that we are not having in our communities, in our culture. And to say, hey, this is where I'm going to stop this generational trauma and toxicity in my family. I'm going to stop it, because if they don't want to quit, then I'm the hell away from them, because I don't want to be around that. And that's the part that a lot of us don't want to do. We don't want to walk away and quit fucking with toxic family members. See?
Well, I will. OG, I have a great cutoff game, and I don't mind being alone. I'm not afraid.
Me too, girl.
So, and that don't matter if the black community, the gay community, the trans community, I don't care what fucking community. I don't have to be part of no community. I'm okay with being alone. So
Exactly.
I'm good with that, with cutoff, and I'm not going to be around nobody I don't want to be around. You know,
We
that's
said my cutoff game too, so I feel you on that. I moved 1,800 miles away from family to get away from a certain toxic shit. And I've been gone for 20 years. And I still got certain family members I don't fuck with. If so-and-so gonna be at the wedding or the funeral or the gathering, I ain't coming. I'm good over here. Y'all go ahead. See, because I'm not gonna walk around like I said, walk on eggshells. I'm not gonna not hold my peace and say what I want to say. I'm not living my life like that to please the other person while you're living in misery. Y'all keep living in misery over there. I'm good over here with my peace.
Mm.
You have to make that decision for yourself. But
All
see, we
right,
don't
so
want to walk away from it.
Beach,
That's the problem.
that 90% of men are abusers. Is that true?
I don't know if the percentage is that high, but it's high.
Okay, I looked it up.
It's
I mean,
higher than it's higher than women. That's for sure.
but is that shocking? I mean, are
Right?
you
No, no, absolutely not shocking.
so
No,
are you shocked, girl? I mean, that's been the thing.
no,
So
no,
what?
absolutely not.
Okay, Beach, do you want us to kill all men? Do you want us to crucify all men? If you're saying 90% of men are abusers,
Now,
that
and I
means
think he may be saying overall, meaning all races of men. I'm concerned about in the black community, like black men, like, and I
OG.
know other people date other people outside their race, but is she talking about overall or is she talking about specifically in black people
I
race?
don't know, but OG, if it's 90%, that means 90% of monsters, right? So what do you do
Absolutely.
with monster? Do y'all want to just take out 90% of men and just have 10% of men?
You so crazy. But the thing is that we can't do that, right? We know we can't do that,
I
right?
mean,
Like
you can try, but
well,
okay.
realistically, we can't do that because everybody ain't built like me or you or whatever. Because, like I told you, put your hand on me, that's gonna be your first and your last. Because I'm gonna send you to meet your maker. I worry about court later because I'd rather get judged by 12 than carried by 6. Okay, see, that's me. I'm different though. But a lot of women won't protect themselves. A lot of women won't walk away. A lot of women won't because a lot of women are still hurt and buried in the trauma. And if you're not strong enough and strong willed to walk away and get help for you and love yourself more than you do that abuser, then you're going to continue the cycle and you can leave that person. And but if without getting the help you need, you're going to get in another abusive relationship. And that's why track records of the Rashidas of the world and the Kelseys of the world, this is why this continues to happen to women in our culture is because it keeps getting passed down and they leave one toxic relationship and just move on to another without working on themselves.
Okay, but do you think that they want that? Okay, say for instance, I know and I can have the mindset if I want to attract abusive men. This is what I think. Let's just play along a role play, okay? Can we role play, OG?
Girl, come on, bring it.
Okay, so I'm
What
gonna
you,
be the mindset of an abusive girl, but OG, I want a man that control me. I want a real man, and I just feel like I like a man that tell me what to do and how to do it. I want a protector. I want a man that's about it. That you know what I'm saying. And I'm just
Mhm.
not gonna get that from a guy that's just so nice. I don't care for no nice ass guys or a simp that I can just run over. That's boring as hell, and that ain't no real man. That don't even turn me on. I need a man that can grab me by my neck and put me in my place. You know what I'm saying?
Child. Ooh, child. See, that's the problem. A lot of women like toxic men, right? The bad boy, the this, the that, and the other, and to their own detriment. And that's what I tell you, Messy. Good luck with that, because I'm over here. I need my peace. I don't want no man that's gonna control me. Because if he got to control me, that's a problem in and of itself. Because if he's not,
It's not. That's what a man's supposed to do. OG. See, y'all are lost because
nah, nah, baby, nah, baby.
and
Mm-mm.
even the
Mm-mm.
Muslims, and that's the real men, the Muslim men.
Say what now?
The Muslim men, those are the real men. They're more masculine and more men than the Christian men because the Christians men they so weak, but the Muslim men that's where it's at, girl. Okay,
Oh, that's where it's at. And Muslim man. Okay.
they provide
Again,
for all of their wives. Okay, yes,
girl, I'm gonna tell you, you living in la la land. But
they
if that's what you want, good luck with that over here.
they
This
don't
ain't what we doing right here.
they don't play that gay shit. Okay, they don't
Keep
play.
that over there. I'm over here. I'm cool with my peace. You gonna get controlled by your man.
That's how it's
Go
supposed to
get
be.
your control with your bad boy. Cause I don't want no bad boy. I was younger and thought, yeah, it was like a little intrigue and swag to certain type of men. Girl, I'm older now, honey. I don't want it all. It ain't all about the swag, all about the bad boyness. It ain't even all about the looks no more. When you get a certain age and you're mature, it's about the one that's gonna treat you right. That's going to treat you right. That's going to respect you. That's going to still give you all the love, the care, to know how to provide, know how to be a man. But he ain't over here trying to control you. He ain't trying to control what I say, what I do, where I go, what I wear. Control my life to the point where he have to be
That
abusive with me to do it. Oh no, that's the
that
problem.
that means that he loves you. And
Yeah.
first,
Okay.
I gotta say something.
Really?
Those type of men, those are real men. Those are real kings. Because I
Oh.
tell you one
Uh,
thing. Let me tell you something. See, Eric's husband, he ain't nothing but a simp. He be letting her go outside. She be looking like a whore. You know what I'm saying? She be looking like a straight ass whore, and she up here doing what she want to do. That ain't no real man. That's why other men don't respect his ass. He's always the butt of the joke because he ain't no real man. He's probably gay. Okay, I could
Ooh.
I can have that. And I'm not talking about no hood ass man either. Like
But
a lot
see,
of
Messy, wait a minute, Messy. They wasn't complaining and talking all that crap when them men was dogging Sierra out, when 50 Cent, when Future, when Bow Wow and all of them was dogging and dragging her and cheating on her habitually and lying to her and getting other women pregnant when she was trying to be down for those men. But now she got a good man, right? That have took her child by someone else and also has made her a wife, is obviously protecting and provide for her, and obviously he feel enough confidence and self secure with him as the man to say, if that's how my woman want to dress and she look good with her body like that, I ain't got no problem with it. If y'all got a problem with it, that's y'all problem with it, because guess what, at the end of the day, that beautiful woman is coming home to me. But see, y'all call Russell Wilson a simp. Because y'all mad, but y'all wasn't mad when she was getting dogged by 50. Y'all wasn't mad when she was getting dogged by Future. Y'all wasn't mad when she was getting dogged by Bow Wow. It was okay then. But now that she got a good man and she seemed to be quiet and living a nice life, it's a family oriented life, raising her children, there for her husband, speaks well of him, and they seem to be okay from what we can see, right? Until that is being shown to be different, miss me with it, because Russell Wilson is the type of woman that she needs in her life now that she's older and more mature. She obviously wanted to be a mother and she obviously wanted to be a wife, and none of those men did none of that but pumped the baby in her and left her.
did you say Russell Wilson is the type of woman she needs?
That's
Exactly,
the type of man she need as a woman now.
honey. I heard what you said.
I did not say that.
But let me say this, okay? First of all, who takes Bow Wow and Future seriously? Like she did that to her damn self. She has to be accountable. And the reason why she's attracted to that, because she's probably a whore herself. And the reason why men were upset with Russell, because they wanted better for the brother. And they wanted him to be an example for other brothers. The
Woo.
marrying a hoe that already got kids and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a damn shame that these black men out here have lost their way of masculinity, you know, and how she just go out here with no clothes on and emasculate him. That's supposed to be a husband. You know, and he got his wife and these men looking at her, all stuff like that. You know, that ain't cool. Ain't no man gonna respect that.
So this is the thing with that, right? And I guess you told me a thing or two, girl. Let me tell you the other side of the spectrum. Okay, she was young. She had her share of going through these men, because when you are in that business and you in close proximity to that, that is all she chose, right? Bad. Shame on her, right? We all have made bad choices, especially when we were younger. But now she decided, I want to change this image of the men that I'm choosing. I have to look at myself. Why did I choose these men? Why did I attract these type of men? I want better for myself. Obviously, she came to that conclusion because obviously she's doing something different now. And it's funny that the man can continue to be a hoe and be okay, and no matter what he do or say. But when the woman may have went through her whole phase, now that she's settled down, getting married, had kids, and living a decent life, now her reputation still precedes her. I would never say she's a hoe. I don't think she was a hoe even when she was with them. I don't never see. I have ever heard of her stepping out on Bow Wow, stepping out on 50, stepping out on Future. They all stepped out on her. So who the hoe here? For real, for real.
I'm so sick of this, OG. I am so sick of this. Let me tell you something, OG. It is a difference between a man and a woman. Okay? I'm so sick of y'all with this shit. First of all, a woman cannot be out here parading herself around like a man. Okay?
But Messy, she wasn't. They all cheated on her in the relationship. She didn't cheat on them.
Look at her image. Talking
Guess
about
what? You know what 50 did to her? 50 left her to go with the baby mama that was the Jane Doe in the Diddy case. Did y'all know that? 50 Cent left Sierra to go with the Jane Doe. What's the chick name that got the baby by him now? That's with Diddy now. Yeah, 50 Cent did that. Bow Wow cheated on her with other women, and we all know what Future did to her. So who was the hoe in those relationships?
a man can't beat no hoe, girl. Stop
Nah,
that.
they was a hoe. They was a hoe.
Oh, okay? That
They
is
was a hoe.
no, OG. That is a man nature. Okay? A
Oh,
man
really?
to be
So are you taking up? Are you taking up for the whole men and coddling for the whole men? Messy, is that what we doing now?
I'm saying that's a man. That's how God made them. They are very sexual.
Girl, God, that's a po ass excuse to say God made them that way. Are we gonna continue to use that as an excuse? Say, oh, they're just in them. It's just the dog in them. No, 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 no. All men ain't like that. All men ain't like that, and that's obvious because Russell not like that. The man she has now is not like that. So we can't even say that's in their nature. All men are like that.
Hey, he gay. That's what's wrong with it. She probably know he
Messy, are we really doing this, Messy? Are we really doing it?
would. They Hollywood, girl, please.
Oh, so he gay. So he got to be gay because he's choosing to be a husband and a father and choosing to. So that's what we doing, Messy.
You know, a lot of these gay down low men, that's what they be doing. They don't care what their girl out here.
I'm going to say this until it's proven that Russell is gay. Russell is not gay in my book. He ain't gay. He ain't down low. He ain't none of that.
He just like a Diddy, a Kanye West. He just a more nice boy virgin. They allow their women to be out here with
This is what we doing, Messy. Messy, is this what we doing for real? Messy, what?
Having other men look at their woman. Ain't no straight man gonna want another man looking at their woman and lusting on no woman. But these,
I disagree with that. I think there's part of a man that definitely admires and don't mind when another man looks at and admires his woman. If he has the confidence and secure within himself to know that that woman ain't going nowhere but home to him, and obviously that's Russell. He ain't worried about that. He worried about that. Oh, he got a beautiful woman. He got a beautiful woman with a nice body. And guess what? Guess what? Why would he come and try to change her from dressing the way she was dressing prior to them meeting? See, that's control. That's control. If he get with her and say, you can't dress like that no more.
And you know why he ain't worried about that? Because he worried about another man. Okay.
Oh, Lord. You killing me. You killing me, Messi. You killing me. Is this what we doing? Is this where we at right now?
You know I'm role playing, and I told you.
I know, and it's fun. It's fun, but it's all good. I get it. I know a lot of, especially the men from the red pill and that sector of the manosphere and all of them over there. The Kevin Samuel cult followers. Yeah, they was definitely calling Russell Wilson a simp. But you know what? Look what Kevin Samuel's fate was. You see the hypocrisy in that?
Wrong.
That's why men over there in that sector can't tell me nothing about a Russell Wilson, because most of them are living the nefarious life. And they mad now because let me tell you, they mad because Sierra, they mad because Eve, they mad because all of these women has leveled up with the choices they made in men, and they didn't choose them. And now they butt hurt. That's what that is. That's why they want to say, oh, he's a simp and she a 304 and this and that. But they do not have no history of Sierra being no hoe. They don't. The men she was with were the hoes. Let's just keep it a beam about that. But see, that's the hypocrisy of the manosphere, the red pill, the Kevin Samuel Cole followers. They mad because they didn't get chilled. But when she was with men like y'all dogged them. But now y'all mad because the Eves and the Sierras of the world have leveled the fuck up and ain't get with y'all no more. Now y'all butt hurt.
But let's not forget, Sierra, she's still looking like a hoe. Her music is about hoism, just like Beyonce. Have you seen them Levi's? It's all in her butt. You know what I'm saying? She's a whole mother out here. You know. And Jay around that.
Okay. Now that's your opinion, and I understand your opinion and your view in that, right?
And I
But
go, me to be doing all that because he's gonna be a real man.
But we also know what that part of the industry forces them to be until they make the choice to change their perspective of how they want to dress and look. And a lot of times for women that comes later in life, much later in life. And then sometimes for women it don't come at all. I know some 50 and 60-year-old women dressed like Sierra and Beyonce. Sometimes it don't come. Sometimes they feel if I got the body, I'm gonna flaunt it, and to each his own. I'm not one to judge.
Have a real man. Ain't no real man gonna want that.
But Sierra, in my opinion, Sierra got a real man now. Now, as far as Beyonce, that's sus to me. But to me, in my opinion, she made a good choice with settling down and marrying Russell Wilson. I will say that. Now, what I think, to a certain extent, I think Jay-Z is definitely controlling Beyonce. I think it's some control there. But I don't think Russell Wilson is controlling Sierra. And I actually like that. I like that. Who wants a man that's going to... No, you do, Messy. So let me stop. You want that man. Yeah, that's the man you want, Messy.
I want my man to tell me what to do and how to do and have rules in the house. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to do. He's supposed to be the leader, OG. We ain't both leading. You let your man lead.
Okay, so what you trying to say, that Russell ain't leading in this household because Sierra dressed how she was dressing before they got married? Are you saying that makes him not a leader?
Yeah, he's not.
Now, come on now. I don't believe that. I don't believe
that. Funny girl. She don't love that man.
I believe he's setting a good example of showing the Sierra's, their daughter, on how a man should treat a woman. What I've seen on social media, that he's taking her to the daddy-daughter dance. He's treating her like a lady. He's opening doors for her. He's showing her how she needs to choose that type of man, which is the man that she sees in her father. To me, that's a good example of a man.
No. What? He took her to a daddy-daughter dance. So he the one type of the man, he be putting on dresses, girls, and them leotards and shit like that.
No, that ain't what I meant, Messy. I said he took her to the father-daughter dance. He was dressed in a tuxedo, and the daughter was dressed in after 5. He hired a limo to take them to the father-daughter dance, and he danced with his daughter as a father. He was in a tux, okay? He was not in tutus and tights.
You know how these fathers do.
You a mess.
Use that excuse when they know.
You a mess.
You know they gay.
No, I don't believe that by Russell. I definitely will need to see receipts on that. I definitely will need to see receipts on that. And until then, I will say no until I see proof is in the pudding. But these old controlling men that a lot of these toxic women are getting with, yeah, they got a long way to go. They got a lot of life to live and a lot of lessons to learn. And they'd be lucky if they live to see it.
All
The way
you gotta do, OG, is just submit. Just be submissive. That's what the Bible says anyway. A woman's supposed to submit.
and
Okay.
you really sound like these red pill manosphere Kevin Samuel cult followers talking about some submit. First of all, when we talk about submission, it shouldn't even be brought up in a conversation if the man is knowing how to lead right. If the man is leading the woman right and she is the right woman, if she's the right woman, she naturally knows her place in that relationship. She will naturally submit in ways that a wife should submit to her man. It shouldn't be browbeaten and forced and controlling to say submit to me. If you got to do that to say that to a woman, you with the wrong man and woman. You in the wrong relationship.
Mm.
I was married for 10 years and submission never was an issue. And I knew my place in my marriage. You see what I'm saying? If there is a man that knows how to lead in a marriage as a man, as a father, as a husband, as a leader, and a pillar in his community, a woman, the right woman, let me say that, would automatically know how to curve to that. It wouldn't even be a talk of, you got to submit to me. These men that are going online that's saying that crap are controlling, manipulative men that want to force women to submit to them, but they are not giving the women shit to submit to. You want me to submit, but you're not showing me that you're a leader? Miss me with it. Miss me with it. What am I submitting to? What are you leading me to? Hell?
Real man.
I'm just supposed to automatically submit to you, and I don't know where you're leading me. I don't know how you are as a man, as a husband, as a father. No way.
Let me put you on game, OG, because you got it wrong, honey. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Your role as a woman, honey, is supposed to support that man. You get what I'm saying? If that
Mm-hmm.
man not sure where he's going in life, then you be his helpmeet, as the Bible says. You help that man figure it out, you know? But you going out here trying to have all eyes on you, trying to get all the attention. That's just selfish. That is self-serving, OG. That is very vain. And that's not your place. Humble yourself.
Okay. When you're young and you marry young, right? Say you marry in your 20s or 30s, right? So both of y'all are at this beginning stage of your life and in this marriage. I can see that point being taken as support each other, right? Because one may be in college or just getting out of college, starting a career. The other one may be starting a career. Maybe they falling behind a little bit or whatever, and they struggling together because we young in this, right? So yeah, we got to support each other, right? We got to do. Let me tell you something, girl. I'm too old now. I don't need the potential man. Been there, done that. I don't need a man. Of course, in any relationship, you should support your mate to a certain extent, right? But I'm not looking for a man of potential. I ain't got time to try to, oh, he got the potential to be this or that. Where I'm at in my life, you already need to be there and meet me where I'm at. Right. And I'm not saying it got to be an equal slate or whatever, because I don't care if he makes more money than me and if I make more money than him. If he's a good man and knows how to lead and treat, and they say if I make more money than him, because in my marriage, I made more money than my husband. But I always knew my place and I never treated him like, oh, I make more money than you, so I'm the breadwinner in the house. I'm gonna make all the rules. No, it doesn't. It does not go that way. And I think a lot in the younger generation with these women and some of their modern, new day way of thinking, a lot of them think because they make more money, they may make more money than the man. That means they should make all the rules in the house and the man should submit to them. I disagree with that. I disagree with that analogy, right? I believe that, I use myself. When through my whole 10 years I was married, I made more money than my husband. But I let my husband lead that household. I let my husband be a man because he knew how to be a man. I didn't throw up in his face, I make more money than you. What I say, go. If he needed to have the last word in a certain thing, I submitted to that. But it wasn't anything he had to force down my throat. No, you need to submit to what I'm saying. It's what I say, go. A man never has to do that. Not a man. Never have to do that. Never have to force or control anything. Because if the woman see the light in things and know she got a good man in that man, she gonna say, you right, babe. And now, if I'm in a marriage and I know that my husband is better with money than me, then he's going to have control more over that money because he knows how to save. He knows how to manage. He knows how to this and that. Right. But if I am more of the financier that knows how to manage money better, then the control should be in my hands. And this is just me personally. That's my beliefs. Right. Even though I made more money than my husband in my marriage, my husband managed the money better than I did. And that's the truth. Because I always loved to shop. That was my habit. Spending, overspending, getting in debt when I didn't necessarily have to. And I needed him to say, hey, ho. Now, do you really need that? Do you really need to spend that much money on this or that or that? If we got a goal we trying to set to buy a house or buy a car or whatever, you need to think twice before you get that. You need to decide what a necessity is based off to just something you want. See?
Well,
And that's where a lot of these younger generations is going wrong because they're saying, well, I make more money than him, so I should be able to make the root. Nah, it does not always necessarily go like that, especially if you ain't good with money and he better at money than you.
Well, you still a woman. You ain't no man. You is not no man. Okay? We need more real men in this world. And that's why, you know what? That's why a lot of black men voted for Trump. And that's why he's going to bring back real black men in this world. Okay?
Ooh, child.
I'm sick and tired of all these Democrats and these liberals with all this shit going on. It's enough. God is coming back. And he's putting men back at the top, baby. And I can't wait. I can't wait.
At the top. What top is that?
Back to the place of America, of the world.
Okay.
Feminist shit.
Well, if that is the case, and you saying Trump is doing this, and this is the way society is going, it damn sure ain't. The black men damn sure ain't gonna be at the top because they never were. Let's be real. White men control everything.
No, Trump said he liked black men, and
yeah, okay. Let black men fall into that trap and believe that.
No, okay. Well, ask the black men. They do. Have you been around black men? They say, yeah, they voted for Trump or they ain't voted at all. But yeah. So we just have to see, child, you know.
Do we control the financial institutions? Do we control the educational institutions? Do we control the health institute? All these things that matters to us in society, we control none of that.
Yeah.
We know that. The people that control that don't look like us. So what black people need to do is learn how to be a unit, right? And what I see a lot with the younger generation is a lot of selfishness, right? And I come up in a different time, like I am more traditional. And like I said, I wasn't the one that was good with money. I wasn't. And I had to face that. And that was a hard pill for me to swallow. Like I was out there willy-nilly and spending. Felt like I deserved to go shopping every time I got paid. Because it was my money, because I worked for it.
Yeah.
Until I got married and had a husband that knew how to manage better than me. He's like, no, you're spending all this. Like, no way. We're not doing this. And you talking about you want to go on this vacation next year here. You want this new car here. You want to buy a house here. No. I had to get some discipline about myself. And if I couldn't control myself in that sense, then I needed to give that control to somebody that had some sense, that knew how to manage money better than I did. And it was the best decision I ever made in my life, in my marriage. But you have to have that type of trust in your marriage. And if you don't have that, and if you are the only one trying to control the narrative or think because you make the most money, you ain't gonna never get nowhere with that marriage. Because you're going to be emasculating that man to say, I don't trust you enough to call shots in this marriage.
Beach girl gonna say, you ain't got to let no one lead. Well, beach girl, if you don't let nobody lead, then how y'all gonna move as a unit? Look, beach girl. Okay, when you at a basketball game or whatever, they gonna have a what? A coach, right? And the coach is gonna lead the players. Hello,
But
like
in a marriage, it's got to be the things that a man should lead in. He's going to know to lead in the things that a lady is supposed to lead in the marriage and the relationship. Then she leads in that area. Again, and it doesn't have to be equal. Let's listen, women. It don't have to be equal because that man may be better at something that you are. You may be better at something that him are. So it's never going to be an equal playing field. Let's be real about that. But there is things called this person is better at this than me. I'm gonna let them lead in where this is concerned. I'm better at it in this. I'm gonna lead where this is concerned. We have to be real about that.
yeah, right. They should lead in that kitchen, right?
I'm gonna show you where you wrong about that. Even though I made more money than my husband was a chef. So he was doing most of the cooking. So I don't even believe in the woman's place is only in the kitchen and this and that. Hell, he was a good ass cook. I loved his food. Cook, babe, you cooking tonight? Oh, I'm getting some good dinner. You see what I'm saying? I didn't see it.
Because like a lot of black men in the community, they don't like no boys in the kitchen. They don't like that.
Yeah, most men that can cook, baby, can cook better than a lot of women. Trust and believe.
No. Women can cook way better than men.
I said, when you have a man that can cook, 9 times out of 10, he can cook better than a woman. My daddy could cook better than my mama. My daddy taught my mama how to cook. Then I married a professional chef. He damn sure cooked better than me. It's always gonna be somebody do something better than the other. Whatever that is you find in your relationship or married, that person should lead in that.
Yeah.
And you should be okay with that.
Y'all know I'm just role playing. I'm still role playing.
Yes, girl, I know you role playing. That's why I'm giving you hell over here.
All right, but OG, she's absolutely right, you guys. Everything goes OG saying she's right. Okay, but you guys know that people have different beliefs and everybody believes differently, and that's just how life is. We're not all gonna get along. We're not all gonna believe the same thing. And I don't know. That's just how it is. But I think people do feel comfortable like following people that just believe what they believe. I think it's more comfort there versus I don't know. But yeah.
I will say this too, Messy, to the younger generation, because this is something that we don't do, right? When we meet somebody, you fall in love and all of this, and you plan, now you get engaged, you want to get married. Sit down and have those conversations about finances, careers, children before you get married. Because see, we have these expectations of thinking, well, we married now, and I thought you was gonna want a kid, and we married now, and I thought that this is what we do. So have those conversations before you get married, so you would know exactly what you're getting into. Because you can get engaged and marry a man. If you don't have the discussion about kids, he may not want no kids, and you do. Now that's a problem. You see what I'm saying? You don't want to get in a marriage and somebody resents you for something that say, well, you didn't even have this discussion with me. You didn't even ask me how I felt about it. Have those discussions before you get married, and you can avoid a lot of things. So we want to talk about the Black nuclear family and how the decline of Black marriages is happening, and men not choosing women and women not choosing men. Why? It's because we go in with these unrealistic expectations of our partner that we didn't even have these conversations with them about prior to. That's the best advice that I can give the younger generation that's coming up behind me, because I watch a lot of mistakes being made because of that. You can't expect that a man wants children just because he married you. You can't even expect a woman want children just because she married you, because we got some women don't want to be mothers. But if she marries a man that wants children, that's a problem. Because even if she do get pregnant, she gonna be resenting him. She may not be the best mother she can be. We need to think about that and have these conversations before we get into these marriages and relationships with people.
All right, OG. I just want to say thank you for coming in again. And we're gonna end it here. Love y'all. Any last
Love
words?
you. It was nice role playing with you, Messy.
Same here. You know I
I
love.
see why you got your name, girl, Messy. You earned it.
Yes, I can.
All right, talk to you later. Bye.